excited to go shopping in my life.
All right, we could just start with you three, and whoever hops in, hops in. So last time the group departed from Felborum, the group of, I believe, the Gilded Rose, it was decided upon.
Yeah.
Hi, CJ. Last time, the Gilded Rose departed from Felborum after taking a week to recuperate and, adjust to life after not having to hunt down an eldritch monster that could destroy the province. And eventually,
wacky, like what week?
yeah, that was a wacky couple of weeks, but the group left Felborum after having purchased a wagon to replace their cart. They headed south, deciding to head towards Shenfast. On their way, you guys bumped into your old friend Zanric in Dinwood. Said hello to him, and moved further south to Odorok. Caught up with Percival, who you hadn't seen in quite a while. He seemed very stressed, but that is such is life. And further south, you guys headed into the forest, the Caligo Forest, which you had to pass through to get to Shenfast. Almost immediately, shit started getting fucked because your wagon disappeared and you were all turned around. Thankfully, a young Genasi woman appeared before you and offered to guide you out of the woods. She managed to keep you from getting horribly lost for the rest of your lives, and led you out of the woods. You were given your cart back by the Fae, which had been toying with you, and you quickly arrived at Shenfast, which you found to be a bustling and cluttered city, which arriving near the bay, you saw a lot of commerce going about, and less. You noticed a few less favorable activities going on, but for the most part, a lot of business. You ran into the Goliath, who you convinced to step aside outside of the lair of the Nameless Mist. Freed of the Mist's influence, he's made a life for himself in Shenfast as a diver. And from there, you all began to sort of disperse and decide on where to go and what to do for the day.
All right.
Also, Sinjin, your mic is muted. I don't know if that's just because you're tired and you don't want to talk at the moment, or if you don't notice. But just in case you don't notice, you are muted. So Yafa has already disappeared off to find what you presume to find the Thieves Guild. Galaran has also disappeared for whatever reason you don't know. That's what he usually does when you come into a town anyways. What would you guys like to do?
Well, there's an ocean, just a hop, skip, and a jump away, so we should buy some swimsuits. I mean, unless you guys want to go skinny dipping, but
Well, okay, so you're kind of in this market area that's right near the entrance to Shenfast. You came in on the west side of Shenfast, and regarding clothing stores and stuff, there's a number of stores in this area. The market, as you see, extends far down the shore, and eventually it opens up to a sort of beach area. But closer to you, more importantly, you see a number of animal stalls, different fish and vegetables and the like being sold at small shops and stalls. There's a blacksmith forge, a couple of them sort of spread out along this stretch of the city. You see people yelling from the higher levels, as Shenfast is sort of built in 2 or 3 different levels, sort of trying to wave customers over into their various shops of, whatever oddball services they provide that aren't necessarily normally seen down on the regular market level. You actually see, as you're standing there kind of looking around, you see a large bear kind of lumbering by uh, in a bright, colorful sort of jester's outfit almost. And you can see that what you would presume to be his trainer or owner walking along by, yelling out that for some gold the bear will do tricks. And that's sort of the typical kind. That's pretty typical for Shenfast. You'll see a lot of oddball things like that nobody seems to give.
I give the bear money.
How much? All right. How much money are you giving
This
the
would be
bear?
totally illegal back home.
I'm giving it a piece of gold to see what it does.
You give the bear a piece of gold, and the owner kind of reaches out and takes it from you and says, "All right."
No, only the bear takes it.
The owner goes, "All right." The owner is sort of a rather short human man with kind of tanned skin and like dark hair, and he goes, "All right, Bobo, up." And Bobo, the bear, stands up on his back 2 legs and goes, and holds out a paw.
Do I get to high five it?
Well, it's taking the gold from you, first of all.
Oh, okay. Okay, there you go. There's your gold, I guess.
So it takes the gold and then kind of turns, and the human owner takes it. And then the owner goes, "Bobo, juggle." And he tosses 3 balls to Bobo, and these 3 like red, blue, and green balls. Bobo sort of catches them and starts to juggle them in his paws.
Good talent.
He continues for a few seconds before tossing them back towards his owner, and his owner catches them, and Bobo goes back on all 4s.
That's so good. I'm crying. Day is literally crying.
Broly is also literally crying, but not for the same reasons, because Strassenborg has very strict animal welfare laws, and that would be ridiculously illegal, and that owner would have probably been like.
If you want to make a perception check on how well Bobo is treated, you can.
Nice. I'm gonna do that. That poor bear. I can't get over it. Because I don't know why I'm caring about some random bear that you probably never intended to be much other than like, oh hey, that's a thing.
As you get some like bear fur in your eyes and you can't see for a second. You rub your eyes, and when you open them, the owner and Bobo are already wandering back off into the market.
Oh. the feeling that the bear might not be treated well is gonna just nag at me the entire time we're there.
Just stalk the bear. The bear.
Perhaps sensing that you as a group are quite new to the town, a number of other salesmen and the like start to sort of not swarm you, but it's almost like there's a hierarchy that's allowed within the market. People come at you one at a time, and the next person to come at you is a woman with dark curly hair and dark brown skin. She looks at you with wide eyes, like wide emerald green eyes. This actually seems to be a gnome woman. Rather young for a gnome, and she comes up and she opens up a big leather case and shows it to you. And inside the leather case are a number of glittering amulets and bracelets and tiaras and earrings, all seemingly made of gold with various gems embedded within them. And she says, "Glittering baubles and trinkets enchanted for your like, whatever you like. Yeah, take a look. And she like shoves it in your group's face.
Real quick question. Are there sunglasses in this world?
Out of character? Yeah.
Yeah.
There's sunglasses.
Okay, thank you.
She does not have sunglasses in her case, unfortunately.
I mean, it's okay. It's just Do I save money for sunglasses or do I buy tiara? Thank you.
Okay, but are these like genuine gold and stuff, or is this
You would
like-
have to roll an investigation check.
Can I?
Yeah.
Sweet, sweet. I'm gonna be the replacement detective today, guys.
Oh yeah, Yafa's fuck all.
I'm gonna fill in the gap. This is
You-
a random human kid.
You like squint at these jewels and trinkets and stuff, and it looks pretty real. I mean, the gold is definitely shiny, and the gems are colorful.
Now, listen.
Hilda's buying
We're-
stuff.
We're in the middle of a town. We're in the middle. Oh, God damn it! Same thing.
Yeah, they're pretty shiny and colorful, my dude. You actually rolled so much worse than her. You just have a better bonus.
I did.
Solo's buying some.
So there are
If Aurelia buys jewelry, she's gonna save her money for a reputable establishment.
the woman looks you up and down, Selden, and says, "For you, cutie, I think I've got just the thing." And she
Sold.
and she pulls out a specific thing, and it looks to be some kind of bracer for your arm, like a bit of a. It's shorter than your average armored bracer, but it's definitely meant to be a bracer, not just like a bracelet. And it seems to be made of sort of leather with silver around the edges, with a number of metal studs reinforcing it, but also between the studs, small green gems, not necessarily emeralds, but glittering green gems.
I'm sold. How much?
She says, I'd hate to con a pretty face like yours out of too much. How about 200 gold?
I have 200 gold.
Well, then then it's yours. For that much, it's yours.
All right, fine by me.
All right, so she holds her hand out for the gold.
Yeah, I give her the 200. I mean, Soul's not questioning this.
All right, so she takes the gold and puts it away, and she hands the bracer over to you. And actually, she she pats your arm and rolls up your sleeve and says, "I'll take care of this for you, darling." And
All right.
she puts the bracer around your arm, and actually, it was a little bit small before, but it actually resizes itself to fit your arm.
Hell yeah.
She gives you a wink and a wave and says, "Anything else for the rest of you?"
I only have 15 gold pieces.
Do you say that aloud?
No, I do not say that aloud. No way in heck would Aurelia ever like let on that even though she's of noble birth that she's heckin' poor. She's too proud for that.
Well, I mean, Sildred has now 80 for gold if you need gold.
The woman looks over to you, Day, and says, "It's an interesting outfit you've got there."
I'm a pop star.
She goes, "I think I've got just the thing to go with it if you're interested."
Yeah, let me check it out, I guess.
She pulls out from the case a tiara, but it's not made of silver or gold. Interestingly enough, it seems to be made of some sort of dark red metal with a shine to it, and
Dude. Is it magic?
she says, "Oh yes, it's imbued with quite a powerful enchantment, dear."
Okay. What enchantment?
She says, she hesitates for a second. And then she goes, and then
I
she
need to
goes,
shave.
it will allow you to speak with all manner of beasts.
Okay. Is it perception or investigation?
You can't tell. However,
No,
before,
Made me so sad.
no, before you do anything, Day, she says, "Here, I'll prove it to you. Put it on, dear." And she offers the tiara to you.
Okay, I put it on.
It sits comfortably against your horns. And she says, she looks around and she goes, perfect. Here. And she kind of snaps her fingers and holds out what looks to be like a little piece of cracker or something, probably from like a ration. And a colorful green feathered bird flies down and sits on her hand. And she goes, "Why don't you try talking to him?"
Okay. Hey, buddy, what's going on?
The bird tilts its head towards you and goes, "Hello.
Oh,
How
no.
are you?"
Did everyone else in the group hear that? Because this is definitely a parrot. This is a con. I'm being conned.
Everyone else in the group heard that, yeah. But do
Nice. Okay.
Is it?
Where's the bear at?
Is it only beasts?
the woman explains that in a small field around the tiara, people can understand beasts, and yes, only like animals and stuff.
I've just decided this tiara clashes with my outfit.
She says, no, dear, I assure you it doesn't. It looks wonderful on you. Let's...
And just quietly mutter to myself, yeah, just kind of, yeah, those colors really don't look good together.
The parrot goes, buy the tiara! Buy the tiara!
Drink!
I think we should buy the
On.
I have 3 golds.
I have 84 gold.
I had 4, but then I gave 1 to the bear.
The woman goes, I unfortunately can't go 3 gold on the tiara. All right.
Oh,
here.
darn.
Right, give it here.
Yeah, I had it back.
She takes it back and puts it away, and the bird flies off.
Goodbye, Roger. He told me his name was Roger when I had the tiara on.
And she turns to you, Toxif, and goes, anything for the discerning wizard? No? Nothing at all, darling.
I do my own enchantments.
Oh, how wonderful. She looks a little disappointed, and she closes her case and she says, well, then I'm off. It was wonderful doing business with you all. And she really quickly scurries off into the crowd.
Okay, bye.
So the only person who bought anything was you. So that you've got this new fancy leather and silver bracer, which which reshaped itself to properly fit your arm. And actually, the seam where the two halves of where the bracer opens up and closes and straps your arm has disappeared, and now it's just a smooth cylinder of leather and metal around your forearm.
Well, alright, this is never coming off.
Now you're cursed. Now I'm not the one who's cursed.
But is it really never coming off? What's happening with it?
I mean,
So-
Probably
if
should
you
have done that
get enough
first. I
nice
forgot
and
about that spell.
good luck, I'm sure you can get off.
Tox, if you reach over and tap it, and you're like, and you identify what exactly it does. It is a magic item. It is a bracer of reshaping, as in it will fit nearly anything. It is anything you can get the straps around, it will reshape to properly fit. The straps are still there. The seam is just gone. If you undo the straps, the seam will reappear and you can pull it off. It does literally nothing else. It just reshapes to whatever you put it on. It's the same as like a regular studded leather bracer, so it's no different from the one that Jen is currently wearing, or rather Silded is currently wearing. It's not like cursed, it doesn't need attunements or anything, it's just you put it on something. You could put it on a leg too if it's a particularly like not beefy leg, and it'll reshape correctly. But yeah. I mean, if you can get it around,
regret this.
if you can like get the the thing is, if you can like get the straps around like even somebody's head, it'll reshape to their head too. Like,
And then they die because they can't breathe. Isn't that cool? Isn't that magical?
That's metal.
okay.
Also, it would probably.
Anyways, Toxic, you've identified that you've been conned, or at least Silded was.
Yeah,
And
I
you-
mean, you gotta learn. They gotta learn.
And you see yet another salesperson approaching you. What do you do?
Oh God, what are they selling?
This
I
salesperson.
stealth. I've never been here before.
Actually,
I'm stealth.
first, you already know the owl's
I'm
already
sorry.
in the air looking for pickpocketing, because before Yappa left, that was what he said to watch out for. So
You look around as the owl, and for now, you just kind of circle the air and keep a watch for anyone approaching the group. Other than the salesman at the moment, there's nobody. Are you actually going to try and stealth day? Because if so,
Yeah, I want to try.
go ahead. You roll a stealth check. You kind of disappear into the crowd. Not perfectly. You're not very familiar with stealthing, and you are wearing a fairly bright and colorful jester costume. But
Yeah.
all things considered, you actually blend into the crowd fairly well in Shenfast for the moment. At the very least, the salesman approaching the group doesn't notice.
Nice.
Um,
Okay.
He approaches the group, and he's a fairly tall high elf. Very sharp, pointed features, blonde hair slicked back.
Galaron.
Galaron's a dark-skinned high elf. This high elf,
Oh.
this high elf is quite
Stereotypical in appearance.
yeah, stereotypical. He's not necessarily a handsome high elf though. He's a little bit
On the average side.
off-putting actually with how like sharp and haughty his features are.
Oh,
But
so
he
like all those whole tiles.
yeah. And he approaches and he goes, I can't help but notice that you seem to be quite the discerning adventurers, and I myself was an adventurer some time ago, and I understand that when one comes into battle, even just bandits on the road, what have you, you are in need of various potions and salves to heal thyself. Now, I've got just the thing for your group here. And he's wearing these very fine robes, several layers on, and he opens one layer out to show you various, at least a dozen, if not more, little bottles of multicolored liquid, sort of hanging from small leather straps and pouches sewn into the inner parts of his robes.
Oh my god, it's the fantasy equivalent of, hey kid, you want to buy some drugs?
do we happen to be in a dark alleyway?
At the moment, you're still standing in the marketplace.
He's selling weed. He's a high elf.
Where?
Easy raise, do cops hate the most? High elves.
I kind of just wanna go and say hi to. Would I even know it's Corin?
From this distance, I don't know. Especially since are you totally ignoring this dude, or?
Not interested in what they're doing.
From this distance, you get the feeling you might know her, but you're not sure. It might be her, it might not be. You can't really tell at this distance.
Solid. Solid.
So are you guys
Are
all
you-
just ignoring the drug
You guys
dealer?
wanting to
or-
get some?
He he's trying to convince all of you, and then like Martin steps forward and goes like, just like stares him down, and he he slinks off under the wrathful gaze of your conquering paladin.
He didn't do that to stop Silda from spending her money.
That was her money. Besides, he's more concerned about the drugs than like a piece of jewelry. So
Wait, did I correctly guess that he was like a drug dealer?
I mean, who knows what his potions would have done, but they probably weren't legit. All
Hell,
things
they
considered.
probably could have been
Robbie.
food color and water.
Yeah, food coloring in water.
He's a high elf. He
Maybe-
probably has prestidigitation. Not even
Yeah.
real, just
Are you gonna head over there anyways, Silded?
If everyone's okay, if I go say hi to potential, people I know.
Sure.
I'll stick with her because now I'm concerned. She's gonna get kidnapped.
I don't.
Where are you guys headed? Where's everyone headed at the moment? Who's staying around with who? Like,
Go find some shops where there's like fine goods because even though Brillia right now is poor as hecky, she can at least exude an air of nobility, so she can at least window shop without getting harassed. Like, hey, you poor street urchin, get the hecky out of here.
Oh god.
Toxic, what would you like to do?
Oh god. Whoever looks like they're going to get pickpocketed the most, I'm just gonna stay with them.
Brillia.
Please stay with me. Please.
I'm a small human in the middle of a big city, like 2 provinces away from home.
Galen decides to stick with Day and Silded. Martin agrees to go with as like your guard, Verilia.
Aww.
Yaffa's
Martin.
Yaffa and Galaran are fuck all, who knows.
Fuck all, who knows?
They're disappeared into the
Chris
twilight
too,
zone.
right?
Huh? Oh yeah, Chris is like probably just like Chris is currently wandering into a dark alley but with his sword drawn.
Oh, he's looking for trouble.
Yeah, but you get the feeling he'll be okay, all things considered.
Looking for a bruising, except he won't be the one getting bruised.
No, he won't be the one getting robbed. He'll probably rob somebody, but who
Oh
knows.
Jesus.
Anyways, Silded, Day, and Galen, the 3 of you head over to the stall where a young half-orc woman is currently selling a number of various fish and shellfish and the sort. As you get closer, kind of pushing through the crowd, not necessarily the crowd around her stall, like trying to buy her stuff, just the crowd that's near the area. Zelda, you do notice that this is indeed someone you know fairly well. Not a member of your family, but of the Rels rather. Koren
Yeah.
or Corin. And
She's only 3 years younger than me.
yeah, and she's busy like waving around a very large lobster, trying to get someone to buy it, and she doesn't seem to have a whole lot of customers actively at her stall at the moment.
Honestly, want to just like go over and pick her up in a hug, cause people I know.
Roll stealth.
Are you just
That
gonna,
is.
are you gonna sneak up on the poor lady and just glomp her from behind and be like,
That is the wrong thing. Whoops. I was trying to just use my finger pressing skills. Ignore that. Nope.
You walk up, and she actually catches notice of you before you can quite get to her. But she sets the lobster down, and her eyes grow wide, and she gives you a grin and says, "Silded!" And she waits for you to come closer.
Hey.
She's
Excited.
she's like 4 or 5 inches shorter than you. She's not a particularly tall half orc, but she's just about as strong as you. Being a fisherman is physically demanding and all, so she grabs you in a tight hug and lifts you off your feet by a couple of inches.
Hell yeah, this is the kind of welcoming.
Yeah, and she says, God, it feels like it's been forever since you left to go adventuring.
Yeah, it's been how? I don't know how many years.
Like 3 years, 4 years?
She left once she was mature enough to go, so when she was 14.
It's been
Math.
It's been years.
It's been many years.
It's been 5 years.
That's
Five.
years.
She goes, yeah, it's been 5 years. Wow, you got even bigger, didn't you?
Yeah. I
And
made
she-
friends.
She looks over your shoulder and says, I see. And she goes, hi, I'm Corin. Corin Rell. I'm from Silded's hometown. It's nice to meet you all.
I wave.
And she says, would you guys like to buy some fish at all?
Yes. 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 I am
How much
always
is it?
willing to help.
How much is a fish?
She goes, well, that depends on what kind of fish you want. And she shows you, she has various fish, the longest coming in at about 10 inches, the shortest coming in about 6 inches.
What is Sildud? What kind of fish would Sildud want?
Silded? What's your favorite kind of fish?
It's fish. It's fish.
If it's fish,
It doesn't like remind you of home. There's not like a certain kind you need to eat.
All of this was caught at home, I'm guessing, right? Yeah.
She goes, yeah. Most of it was caught right off of the coast of Yorktown. Some of it was caught on the way here, but most of it on the way over by Yorktown.
Okay, well then I'll just buy a fish for Sildud.
Buying a fish for Silded, you go for one of the larger, meatier-looking fish, and you buy what looks to be like a fish with several silvery scales and a pink underside.
Yep, I would choose that one.
And Corin goes, "Oh, that'll be 3 copper."
How much is that in silver?
Like that's 0.3 of 1 silver piece.
Okay, I give her 5 silver.
She goes, "What? That's way too much. I couldn't ask that much from one of your friends, Silded."
No. She's being nice about it. It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
She's kind of like flustered, but she gratefully takes the silver and says, "Thank you so much."
No prob, Bob.
And she puts it away and wraps up the fish in some paper for you. And
And I
offers it.
immediately hand it to Sildud because that's nasty. But I don't grimace or anything. I just hand it right over to her.
Aw, thank you. Thank you, T.
Prob.
Corin goes, so Silded, what have you been up to since you left?
Some things happened. I was going to head back home pretty recently, but then I ran into these guys, and we kind of did a thing where we went against this. Was it an elder being? I think that's what you guys were calling it. And so it was like this evil mist, and yeah, we fought that.
She saved the world.
Yeah. I wouldn't say I'm.
She's
wouldn't
understating
say
it.
that.
You know how she is. She's understating. She definitely saved the world.
Corin seems like amazed, and she's like, "Wow, that's awesome! You've got to head home soon and tell your family about this."
I will soon. Once everybody else in the group is ready to do that.
Okay.
I don't want to leave them behind.
Yeah. Corin continues to tell you a little bit. She goes, back home. You know the Drux or the Draux, however you
Yeah,
pronounce it.
what about them?
They've got another kid.
Oh,
Yeah, she's a year old now. She just learned. She's walking and running around. She seems like she's coming up to be a little barbarian. She wrestled a one of the dogs recently.
I mean,
So the junior?
I wouldn't say that. There's a lot.
A few customers start to come up and start to talk about whatever fish Corin is selling, and Corin goes, "Sells it. I've got to get back to work, but you can. I'm gonna be in town for a few days, so just you can find me at the Trout's Leap, the Trout's Leap Inn. It's a few blocks that away," and she points down the coast on the second level.
All right, sounds good. We're definitely gonna have to catch up.
She gives you another hug and a smile and gives you a pat on the shoulder and tells the rest of you it was nice to meet you. And she regretfully has to turn back and get back to work selling her wares. Verilia, you're window shopping. You've moved up to the second level, which seems to have the slightly more reputable shops. A number of clothing stores, armories,
Nice.
some jewelry stores.
Buy me a nice swimsuit, so then I can go dipping in the ocean because Brilliant wants to get a piece on that swimming action.
Toxif and Martin, you two are just with Verilia trying to not to get her pickpocketed.
I'm such a target. I'm so small and so alone.
What do you mean small?
I'm like 5'2". I'm small for a human. I mean, you're just small in general. You're like 3 feet tall, but like I'm small for a human.
Toxif, can you have your owl make a perception check?
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh no.
Time for my nat 1.
Can you also make a perception check
Oh,
for yourself?
You did not
That's-
roll on that one.
That was. Oh, I clicked it. Where is it? There we go.
Okay, so you're kind of focused on Verilia and the shops at the moment. However, you get kind of a okay. You get kind of a. I'll finish up what else Toxif sees. You get sort of an emotion via your owl of panic, not like full panic, like your owl's being attacked, but just like, whoa, watch out. However, you need not worry because Verilia ahead of you really quickly like looks to the left, and you notice a hand reaching out from a dark alley that you're passing by. Before you see it before it grabs you.
I just kind of swipe at it and be like, no.
All right.
Wag my finger at it. Be like, no. Just do not.
The hand like disappears back into the darkness, and you notice like a very small, slight figure standing in the shadows, and he or she, they really quickly dart back off into the depths of the alley. Toxic, your owl sees them run off, but they disappear into a covered area where the owl can't see from the sky.
Well, if it was a kid, good thing she didn't attack them because they were getting touched.
So you continue down the board. I suppose it's a board. You continue down for a bit, and eventually you come upon a clothing store, and in the window of the clothing store, on some cloth mannequins, is a number of swim clothes.
Nice. This is what I'm here for.
Yeah, made of some kind of material that shines very vaguely, not leather or anything, but
A leather swimsuit.
yeah, that wouldn't work out very well. But whatever it is, you're going to guess it's made to not get soaked too badly. You are you? Do you want to head in?
Sure. I'll see what's inside.
You go inside, and it's quite a bright business. There's several different like racks and the like of different clothings and mannequins on display showing off those clothes. Notably, they seem to be having a focus or perhaps even a sale regarding swim clothes.
Nice.
Some quite intricately designed swim clothes too. 2-piece, 1-piece, swim trunks, all of that. In a variety of colors and designs. There's a number of floral patterns and the like, and a dark elf woman comes out and she says, "Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome." And she says, "Please look around, look around. We've got several different outfits on display. If you have any questions about price, please ask me. We have changing rooms in the back, and I assure you everything is top quality."
All right, thank you very much. And then I'm gonna go pick out the prettiest ones. I'm gonna go pick out the prettiest ones, and I'm gonna try them on.
All right, Toxif, what are you gonna do?
A drow? Really?
Yeah,
Huh. And they're still in business?
yeah.
Are drow more accepted in this world? What's happened?
There's a Goliath wandering around diving.
Yeah. But drow are different.
Don't judge them so harshly.
Listen.
Listen.
Huh.
Fancy prejudice?
No, like drow and elves don't typically mix in cities. Drow in cities don't typically mix, but I guess it's a thief city kind of.
Be nice.
Besides from being terribly fantasy racist, what are you gonna do in the shop, Toxif?
Hey, come on, don't do me like this.
There are a number of gnome-sized
Calling you out.
things as well.
Yeah, no, I don't want the thing here. I'm just gonna wait outside, see if there's any people that, actually, that dark alleyway. That was there.
Okay.
That's,
So is Martin still in the shop?
Martin grumbles to you, Toxif, as you're leaving. "I'm gonna stay in here,"
okay.
and he's not a big fan of this city of crime and corruption.
Aurelia is totally gonna ask Martin about his opinion on everything she picks out.
Well, Verilia, before you do that, as you're heading in, he says, "I'm gonna grab something," and he goes and gets like a pair of swim trunks and gets into the changing room next to the one you're in.
Nice.
And you hear a great like clunk, clank, clunk as he pulls off his heavy armor. Meanwhile, you just have to like pull off your robes and like try these on. As you two are having your fashion show, Toxif, you head back to that dark alley and peek in. Can you make a dexterity saving throw?
Dodgy's Christ.
Oh no.
You just barely, actually, all right, you duck a little bit, just like you bend your knees like an inch, and a hand goes over your head as you see what you assume to be the same figure waiting in that alleyway to grab somebody going by.
Uh-oh. Shit's
What are you
going
gonna-
down.
See,
What are you gonna do to them?
see, I don't want to kill them with it, because if they are a kid, they probably will die.
You could specify that you don't want to kill
Yeah,
someone.
non-lethal. Non-lethal.
All right. I'll say you don't have to. Yeah, that's
Oh,
fine.
Okay, that's fine.
You reach up and just like slap your hand against their abdomen, and the dark alley lights up for just a second with electricity, as the person like falls onto their back,
You
momentarily,
just tased a kid.
momentarily paralyzed, and it is indeed a. You're not sure what race this is. If you had to guess, you would say it's a weirdly short Goliath and half-orc combined, but they're very clearly a young adolescent, but also not. They're like 4 or 5 feet tall, so not exactly Goliath-sized at all.
God. But they are like a kid.
You're pretty sure, yeah.
Okay. Well, they ran off down the alley. So I mean, I can't drag them. Yeah, I can't do that.
Strength check. You could try.
Ew.
You
Oh
go
my
to
God.
tug at their leg and like pull them down the alleyway or whatever, but like you just like fall over and you pull a muscle and you're like hopping around
No.
for a second.
No, damn it. Oh, that would have thrown my back out or something. That would have been bad.
I'll say that you have knocked out this child. You've knocked out this child for the moment.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
And I'm blissfully unaware because I'm trying on really pretty swimsuits.
this would be the part where I loot them, but
It's a kid. You're just little kids.
I don't care. They're poor though. They're in a thief town. They tried to rob a gnome. What are you talking about? So I'm gonna go back to where they ran and kind of hid.
You go back and you actually see well, first of all, once you get far enough back, there's sort of a cloth cover above the alleyway. You presume just to keep the rain out of this part or whatever. Just one of those various hanging things that tend to appear in alleyways as they do. And just beneath that, there is a sewer grate.
No, not the goddamn sewer guild. Damn it! I can't. I actually cannot go in there.
Well, it's partially open.
Yeah, but I cannot go in there. Damn it. Oh, well, then I guess I'm just staying here for a little bit, you know?
Until someone else pops up.
Yeah, shock them, rob them.
Alright, so you wait out there. While you're waiting, back in the clothing store, Virilia, you walked out to see Martin. By the way, Martin's got like a 10-pack.
Holy
Um,
shit.
Standing there in like
God damn.
a pair of black swim trunks, like looking at himself in the mirror with his like long Fabio hair and like chiseled jaw.
And
And he goes,
I'm in a swimsuit too.
"What kind of swimsuit are you wearing?"
It's like a really pretty silvery one-piece swimsuit because I'm pretty. I have to have pretty things. 'Cause
He looks at you, Virilia, and goes, "Do these trunks make my butt look big?" Well,
I don't. I'm just kind of like, well, in a good way.
he gives you a nod and goes back into the changing room to presumably put his armor back on.
I like how he didn't notice that the fact that I have bunch of bits of skin uncovered. I'd have some of my scales uncovered.
He's more focused on his own butt.
Literally didn't notice the glistening bronze scales, but okay.
He's quite a show. He
I
doesn't know what humans look like.
He's still focused on his butt.
He actually didn't look at you when he asked. He just stared at his own butt and was like, "Does this make my butt look big?" You said in a good way, and then without looking at you still, he headed back into the changing room.
I'm gonna look in the mirror, see how this swimsuit looks on me, see how it complements Nis.
I
would say
good. I mean, you've picked out a size that fits you correctly, so it's your opinion whether or not you think a silvery one piece looks good on yourself.
I think it would look good. It's just can I afford it?
The drow woman comes up and says, she like looks at your scales, but she doesn't say anything to judge, and she just goes, "That looks wonderful on you, dear. Are you considering buying it?"
Yes. How much is it?
8 gold.
Sold. And I go back into to my thingy and grab my purse and grab out some gold and be like, here's the gold. I'm keeping the swimsuit.
She nods and takes the gold and says, "Are you keeping the swimsuit on for now, dear, or?"
No, I'm gonna change out of it, cause you know.
Do you think there's
what?
You think there's beach places to change at?
I don't know, but you know, I go back into the changing room. I change out of the swimsuit back into my robes.
In the time you've had to talk to her, check yourself out in the mirror, and change, that's how long it took Martin just to change into his armor.
Jeez. Well, yeah, he's like clad in like really heavy armor.
Yeah, he comes out, clunk, 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 and just says quietly to the drow woman, "I'm buying these." And he hands over a few pieces. As you're buying your swim trunks, your swimsuit and stuff, Toxif, the sewer cover starts to shake a little bit.
Oh boy.
It's showtime.
And a head pokes, like first hands to push the cover up, and then a head pokes itself out.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's a human person.
Yeah.
You're fairly sure it's a human person, though they've got the lower part of their face covered. And they look at you with dark brown eyes, which go wide, and they really quickly try to retreat under the grades.
It'd be best if they didn't do that, cause wouldn't if I were you.
You hold up your hand, crackling with electricity, and you go, "I wouldn't do that if I were you." And they pause and slowly stop trying to move away, and they stay where they are and go, "What do you want?"
That kid over there, he's out.
You knocked down a kid? What the fuck is wrong with you?
He tried to steal from me. I didn't kill him.
That's how this city works, but you don't fucking kill a kid.
I didn't kill him.
You don't try to kill a kid.
Look, I didn't try to. He went after me twice. 2 times. That is against the Thieves' Code. Come on.
The fuck do you know about our code?
Well, maybe not this city. But, I mean, I have been a thief.
What do you want?
I mean, well, one, information on whatever sewer guild you're part of. And to take that kid back to... Yeah.
the fucking sewer guild. What do you want from me? We steal shit, we hide it in the sewers.
Yeah.
Pretty straightforward.
Listen. It's straightforward, yes. Yeah. Yeah, but where is it?
All right, you go in the sewers, right?
Yeah.
You've got all right, from here, from this sewer. You go down the ladder. You and then facing the ladder, you go right, and then you take the first left. Then you go past 2 more passages, and this all, by the way, it smells like shit down here. So like,
Yeah.
be prepared, and don't light a torch because who the fuck knows what happened if you do that.
Probably an explosion.
Yeah, you go past 2 more passages, then you take a right, and then you go past 5 more side paths, and then you take 1 more left, and then there'll be a descending like big ass sort of waterfall area where all the various sewer passages like connect and dump all of the shit into a big hole. And then from there you've got to find the stairs carved into the side that go down, and then there'll be a passage leading behind one of the sewer waterfalls.
See, that wasn't so hard.
So is that all? Should I just get the kid and go?
Yeah, you do that.
He gets up and he's like an average sized human, clad in dark clothing. He smells terrible, but
Yeah, I bet.
He's been in the sewers.
I'm gonna be in a bad spot if I go down there. I don't have presentation.
and he goes over and he picks up the kid quite easily in his arms and heads back to the sewer and like looks at you and says, "If you go down there though, you're probably gonna get killed."
There will be dead bodies everywhere if I go down there and they try something.
You can't just walk into a thieves guild and expect to be welcomed.
Listen. You can if you're part of another goddamn thieves guild.
Well, show me your credentials. You got some references? You got like a resume?
God damn it, I wasn't the person who was in there. I am asking because we're getting information, motherfucker.
Yeah, well, I can't take your word on your buddy's references. Like, how do I know whether or not, like, your buddy's a good thief then?
Leave. Go. I will kill you if you don't leave in 10 seconds. You will
He
die.
He disappears. He disappears down the sewer, and the grate gets closed over his head, and you kind of, if you listen closely, you can hear him like running off in a certain direction in the sewer.
You don't need a goddamn resume.
Just like you try to rob a store that the police come and they're like, all right, we need to see if you're like a real thief, so that way we know whether or not to give you lashings or to just put you in the stocks.
God damn it.
That should just be a thing. That should be a thing now.
Is this like a super formal high end like country club guild?
You've only met 2 members, and one of them was a child who you almost killed. So like, you're not sure.
I didn't.
Berelia is blissfully
Jesus
unaware.
Christ. And with this, I'm going to start doing the ritual for my unseen servant.
Okay. Back with Sildred and Day and Galen. The 3 of you, Sildred, after Corin said she to catch up later, what did you 3 as a group decide to do?
I'm fine with anything. What I wanted to do is complete. So it fully depends on what day.
I have
wants to do.
something I want to do. I want to go shopping.
Where do you want to
Okay.
go? What kind of shop are you looking for?
I'm trying to find a violin.
All right. So You wander around for a little bit. You manage to catch the attention of somebody, and they direct you quite a ways down the shoreline. But eventually, you make your way to a very small and dingy-looking shop.
Fun.
Yeah. It's the sign is actually written in a number of languages. What looks to be Common, Elvish, Human, and interestingly enough, and you can recognize this, Infernal.
Why
Oh
would there be a sign in Infernal?
yeah. Are they a tiefling?
I mean, that's the really odd part, but
Is there like just a big
you-
tiefling population in Shenfast or something?
you read it and it says Rotto, like instruments, ROTTO.
Okay.
And there's like only one kind of tall-ish window, and in the window is actually exactly what you're looking for. A beautiful dark like a beautiful violin carved of dark wood sitting on a plush purple pillow.
You know me too well.
Are you gonna head in?
Yes, I am.
So you push open the door, and it's quite a dark and musty interior. A little bell chimes as you enter, and you hear a voice sound from the back of the store. Yes, I'm coming. And you kind of stand near the front of the store, and you can see that it goes back a fair bit, and there's a number of various instruments and books of what you assume are music lessons and notes of all sorts. There's some flutes, drums, lyres, that kind of thing, and an older tiefling man comes out of a back room, and he's wearing very faded red and golden robes, and he looks at you and he seems a little bit surprised, and he says, well, hello, welcome to Rotto Instruments. How can I help you?
Hi. I'm looking for this violin right here, and this one's perfect.
You'd like to buy that violin?
I mean, if it's for sale, I guess.
He walks over and he goes, He like narrows his eyes at you and he goes, who are you?
Well, I'm a pop star. I'm just kidding. I'm trying to become one. My name's Day.
All right. Can I ask where you're from?
Where am I from?
Are you a local? Are you from this province or a different one? Or
I travel around a lot. So much. I travel around so much.
he scratches his chin and he goes, I don't see a lot of other tieflings around here.
I've only ever seen one other tiefling, so that's cool. I mean, obviously I have tiefling family, probably, if that's how tieflings work. But
Yeah.
in the past year or so, I've only seen this one guy that I happen to work with a little bit.
He seems a little off put by you. And he scratches his beard, which is like a sort of light gray goatee of sorts, and you notice that he's using a cane to walk. And he goes, all right, no matter. The violin.
No, it's really cool. High five.
He holds out his hand to shake.
I'll shake his hand, I guess.
All right. You give his hand a shake, and he
It's very
You're really
nice to meet
happy.
you.
he like shakes his head, and he walks over to the violin and carefully picks it up in his hands, and shows it to you and says, "This, you want to buy this, correct?
Yeah.
Are you sure?" Are you sure that you want to buy this? I guess not. Sinjin? Oh no. Okay, I'm hearing just a lot of like clicking and clattering. Yeah, I'm just hearing like a lot of connection. Oh, okay. Hello? Sinjin? Yeah, I'm just not hearing anything, homie. Well, I'm hearing
Can you-
something. Wait,
Can
wait.
you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Can I roll a perception check to see why he doesn't want me to buy it?
Yeah.
Okay. What is my perception? Okay, sorry, I had to. There we go.
He okay, the primary thing you can figure out is that it looks to be something regarding the violin itself, not something he doesn't necessarily have like a personal connection to it, like it's not his like dead wife's like violin or something, but
Right.
maybe something regarding the creation of or the history of the violin.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask him. Did you make this? Where did you end up finding this from? It's beautiful.
I acquired that piece under quite curious circumstances. I'm. Are you sure that you want it? That's all I need to know.
I don't know. I'm getting some strong. I need to own that vibe. So yes.
Very well. Here.
Can I? Is there like a pamphlet or something that tells me it's terrible past?
Unfortunately not, but I'll be right back. It comes with a case and of course a bow.
Okay. Well, how much is it? How much gold should I give you?
He wanders off to the back of the store without answering you. While you're standing there for a moment, Sildid, you take a quick glance at the violin, and it's like it's really weirdly blurry to you. Like you've got something in your eye, but only when you're looking at the violin.
Spooky.
That's weird. That's probably not normal.
Are you gonna say anything about it? Or are you just gonna go like, yeah, that's what violins look like?
I'm not sure how to phrase it really.
Yeah, okay.
Galen doesn't notice this because Galen is no longer with you. She's like outside.
Enjoying the fishy air.
Galen is actually outside. She's cast just create water and shape water, and she's currently making a water show.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes.
And there's like a small, like some gold on the ground in front of her.
Galen's gonna fit right in.
But yeah, are you gonna say anything about that, Sildid? Or gonna let it be?
They something does not seem right about it.
About what?
About the violin you were wanting.
Does it clash with my outfit?
No, more like I can't. I'm not sure if it's like a special thing, but I can't really see it that well at all. Like, I'm pretty sure I don't need any eye enhancers or anything. It's just I can't see it that well.
I don't really understand what you're saying. Can I do an Arcana check?
Sure.
Okay.
You get the feeling that maybe quite possibly this violin is somehow built or enchanted in a way that only very certain people can notice and actively seek it out.
Will it affect my performance in any way? Like, will people not be able to hear me play?
Well, with Arcana, it's more of your how well you like feel and also your knowledge of magic. So
I don't know enough.
you don't know enough just on like that on your Arcana check. It's probably an enchantment or some kind that is causing Sildred not to be able to focus on it, but you being able to focus on it.
Okay, well, I guess I'll get it anyways.
The
Okay.
older tiefling man comes back with a violin case and a bow, both of equally beautiful dark make of the as the original violin, and he offers them to you. And he says, "Here you are. They come with the violin, of course.
Yeah, of course. How much gold do I owe you?
2 silver."
2 silver? Can I give him 8 gold? I guess.
Pay whatever you want, just take it.
Is this a curse thing? Are you giving me the curse now because you don't want the curse?
He kind of just like stares at you and is like, "Are you buying the violin or not?"
Yeah, I'm taking the violin. It's my violin now. Can you tell me what I just got into?
It's a very good violin.
Okay. Is this okay? Rado. Can I call you Rado? Okay. Hey, Rado.
That's not my name, but okay.
What's your name? Is my name
name-
Rado now that I have the violin?
No, that's not how it works. My name is Lucius.
Hey guys, hang on, give me.
Lucius is the best. Okay, I like that name.
Some friends call me Lucy, but please don't.
Oh, darn it. I was like, are we friends now? Okay, I understand. I get it. Is it my friend here? She can't look at the violin. Is it like a tiefling thing?
The violin calls to those it feels strongly for, and
Oh,
those it
okay.
does not are not inclined to notice it.
Will it affect my performances? This is a very important question. I'm trying to become famous.
Probably not.
Okay. Woo, thank you. All right, it was nice meeting you. I'm good.
He nods and he's like, "Is there anything else you need?"
No, I'm good. Sildred, is there anything perking your eye apparently?
I think Jen had to go for just like a second.
Okay, then she said that she wanted to do beach stuff too.
Right.
I mean, I'm good. I got my violin, so we can do whatever we want now.
Tim actually perks up and unsheathes himself and goes,
Yeah.
Listen, buddy. What was it, Lucifer? And he goes,
Lucio.
Don't be. I taught you better manners than that, Tim.
It's Lucius. But this thing isn't like a talking, like, sentient violin, is it? Because we've already got me, and like I think 2 sentient objects, especially belonging to the same person, like don't. I think that's a little bit that'll cramp our style a little bit. And he goes, no, nothing like that. But I am fascinated by you. Can you come here? And Tim goes, no. And he goes back into his sheath.
That's just my quirky talking sword.
Who decided to be a bit of an asshole.
Yeah, he's normally super radical though, so I guess we forgive him.
He just
What?
And ironically say radical.
Yeah, are you making fun of me?
Totally,
My
totally
sword
celebrated.
is totally tubular.
Beautiful. I love it. Don't ever stop.
I wanted my sword to be like a skater dude. You know,
Do it.
that's rad.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Thank you.
I was just in disbelief for a moment there.
Sorry.
Nah, it's okay. It's okay. I shock myself every day.
Can I pull Tim out and show off his glowiness, or is Tim good for now? Tim's good in the sword sheath.
Tim is like firmly planted in the sword sheath.
Hey, buddy, do you not like this guy? What's going on?
She's like,
I think he's just having an off day.
I'm feeling a little bit nauseous, pal.
Oh no! Oh no! Is my violin gonna make my sentient sword sick now? How does the sword even feel nauseous if he doesn't have a tum-tum?
Who knows?
All right.
Adorable.
All right. I guess we'll get out of your hair. It was nice meeting you. If I die via this violin, just know I have a super violent friend who may or may not. Well, let's be real. He's kind of a friend, so he might not even care. But if he does care, you're gonna have to answer some questions.
He says, I understand.
Okay.
See, this is why when you purchase this is why they need like waivers. Be like, hey, you're buying this from me, but I am in no way responsible for any injuries incurred by this item.
Have a good
It's like off eBay when you buy those haunted dolls and they're like, it's not really haunted, but it's haunted, you know? Wink, wink. That's exactly what the situation is right now.
He goes, have a good day.
Yeah, have a good one, bud.
As you leave the shop, you glance back and you notice that he has hung a closed sign in the window.
Oh, no.
And the door is now locked if you try to go back in.
Oh. Oh, this is not good. Why does this happen to me? Whatever. It was on the cheaps. So, let's hit the town.
Back with Toxif. You've prepared your unseen servant and it's ready. Yeah.
Okay, well, time to go. See, I don't want to be by myself here, but I also don't want to be with Mark, because he will smite me where I stand.
And I'm just the greenhorn.
Conveniently,
Yeah.
guess who shows up?
Who?
Galaron.
Well, hey.
He pokes his head around the corner and goes, why are you crouching in a dark alleyway, Toxif? Wait, are you crouching or are you just that short? I forgot.
Oh.
You're a dick.
I'm aware. Now, what do you need? Are you being sick?
I am aware.
Are you sick? Are you turning into a were-rat? What's going on in here?
Yeah. See, that's one of the reasons I want to go down there. No, I'm gonna go do some stuff. Got my friend here, can go do some stuff.
Do you? Should I just go then, or?
Yeah. First, what were you doing?
What was I? I was perusing the brothels. What are you doing?
Nah, that's what I figured. Okay. Well, my day started. I knocked a kid out.
You knocked a child out?
Yeah, he tried to rob me, and then he tried to rob me again. So I draw the line the second time.
All right. Most thieves guilds and thieves alike don't attack children, but all right.
Okay, he was part of the goddamn guild. Once you're part of the goddamn guild, it doesn't matter.
Oh, all right. What else are you doing?
Well, now I'm gonna go get some stuff. hopefully for free.
Well, I mean, free stuff is the best stuff.
I mean, cause stealing is such a strong word. I'm gonna borrow permanently. Hopefully.
Borrow permanently.
Without the owner's knowledge.
Yeah. We good?
Galaran goes, you do you, Toxif.
Yeah, I always do me. Well, not like that, but yeah.
I believe I was the one who said I was going to brothels, but
Yeah.
you might need to get some of your feelings out. I'm gonna go. Call me if you need me. Just yell Galaran out. I'll probably find you.
I like that.
He has super hearing.
I'm totally.
He
I want to show him this for the sake.
he like disappears and keeps walking, and he walks
D&D.
down the past the shops, and really you notice him going past the window just as you and Martin are starting to head out of the shop.
I yell to him and wave and just kind of jog on out of the shop to go say hi. You know, be like, hey there. You know, glad to see you, reappeared because you disappeared into thin air for a bit there.
Galaran notices you and gives you a little bit of a wave, but he just keeps walking.
Oh, okay. Well then I'm like, all right, Martin, let's go hit some more shops.
Martin, back in his full armor, goes, all right. He seems to have gotten his one errand done for the moment.
I'm gonna go see if I can find some like imported goods. You know,
Some imported
you know,
goods.
Maybe stuff from like back home. Maybe see if she can't. Really wants to see if she can't get in on some of the gossip from home. You know, see whether or not there's new developments. Because as far as she knows, everything's been kind of.
Yeah. All right.
How far apart are our two groups? Can they merge together now, or are we in like
Toxif
completely
is like
different parts?
Toxif is like searching for stuff for his unseen servant.
I'm going back to the shady part in the where we entered.
Okay.
Take some stuff.
Can't really see each other necessarily. You're definitely the farthest from where you started, Day and Silded and Galen.
I probably
Okay.
stand out in the crowd, skull staff and all.
Yeah, Virilia and Martin and Galaran and Yaf are just gone again. But Virilia and Martin, you two are probably headed back towards the main market, just because that's where you would find all of the imported goods, most likely.
Oh,
So, in that respect, Silded, Day, and Galen, the three of you are the farthest. You
Okay,
can't really see anybody else at the moment.
Joe.
Well,
Sorry. Back with Day. So you've got your new violin. And you look down on it, and it's beautiful. It's like carefully hand carved out of a dark wood. It's smoothed out, and you take an experimental, like you draw the bow across the strings, experimentally, and you don't know how to play violin.
I'm proficient in it.
Okay, you are. Never mind, I forgot. You know how to play violin. Fair enough. But you haven't played in a while. You've been
Right.
mostly sticking to your drums, but it's like wait, no, I don't think I've said that bikes exist yet. Okay, bikes exist, by the way. It's like riding a bike. It's like riding a bike. You really quickly remember it, and it just comes back. And it's like it didn't need to be tuned or anything. You just immediately start playing this beautiful music. Silded, are you here yet? Are you back?
Yeah.
Or okay.
Yeah.
Can you roll
Yeah.
a charisma saving throw?
Uh-oh.
Damn. No.
Oh, Jesus.
So Galen kind of nods and closes her eyes, enjoying the music. However, you, Silded, are just brought to tears. This is the most beautiful thing you've ever heard in your entire life. This is the most wonderful music that has ever graced your ears.
Damn.
Like,
Damn.
it brings forth every emotion you've ever felt, and even more that you can't describe at the moment. And Day, you've literally been playing for like 10 seconds before you stop. And Silded, you're like sniffling, like yeah.
Aww.
Like, I like that one gift from Bob's Burgers. Where's the woman? and she's just crying while clapping.
Yeah.
Like furiously. Well, not furiously.
So wonderful.
Galen
Aw,
gives
thank
you a
you,
pat
thank
on the
you.
shoulder, Silded.
Super sweet.
Yeah. And a number of
Those
people
together?
passing by give like little claps and stuff, like that was wonderful.
I nod my head. Thank you. I'm Sun Bear. I'll be here all week.
Sun Bear.
I need to find sunglasses.
You like ask one of the people around you, like, where can I get some sunglasses? And one of them like points down and says, there should be some stalls along the way back towards the market. Toxif, what do you need for your unseen servant?
I'm pretty sure I had it all on me.
Yeah?
Oh, I better have had it all on me. Yeah, I did. Yeah, it was just a string in the wood.
Okay, so you're prepared for your unseen servant. What else do you need?
What do you mean, what else do I need?
Like, you said you were heading back to the market, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was gonna head back there. And then I was gonna... Is there any, like... Maybe perception? Yeah, maybe perception. Would there be any, like, places besides fish where their goods are, like, out and easily accessible?
There's a number of... There's some weapon stands, some clothing stands, other types of food and vegetables are also hung up. There's a couple of jewelry stalls that they seem to be in cases, obviously for protection.
Wait. Okay, the jewelry stands. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, so I'm gonna have my owl pick up a rock.
Okay.
Okay. Who? The owl is going to fly over the jewelry cases, I guess. Are they in like a stall kind of thing?
There's a stall with like a counter and then like a cloth cover over the top.
Okay. So I'm going to have the owl kind of fly by and drop the rock at an angle that it hopefully hits the case and possibly breaks it.
Wouldn't it be suck if the owl accidentally hit the person behind the stand?
They don't know it's me, so it's good, and I can send it into a pocket dimension, so it's fine. Yeah, so what am I rolling? What unnaturally high roll am I going to be rolling here?
A dex roll for your owl.
Yeah, let's go. What is the owl's dexterity? Give me a second.
I should have it on your character sheet.
Is it?
Not on
Oh,
your
yeah,
character
yeah,
sheet,
yeah,
on
yes.
his character sheet.
Yes, he does have a character sheet. Yes, he does.
Owl familiar.
Character sheet. That -4 in strength, though. 1. It's better than me.
All right, go ahead, roll it.
Damn it.
You see your owl swoop down and grab a rock from one of the various, like, rough patches of the shoreline, and it flies above and drops the rock, but it harmlessly bounces off the top of the tarp, above the above the stall.
Okay, so jewelry stall is out of the question. Are there any others that are like out in the open? Damn it.
I mean, there's some food. There's like for some food stalls and some herb stalls. Mostly fish stalls around here. This specific section of the market extends further, and if you look around there, the issue is most of the people who have like their exotic items imported from other provinces and stuff.
They're encased and put
Yeah,
away.
they're encased or pushed against walls or what have you, just to decrease the likelihood of getting robbed.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Damn it! I need to think. I need to think about how I gotta word this. Go to someone else.
Like, what do you?
No, because I have to think about how I'm gonna word this. Because I have a shit ton of string. You gave me an unnecessarily large amount of string.
Oh yeah, I gave you. No, because like you asked for like 100 golds worth of string or something
No,
stupid.
I needed like 1 inch of string, and you gave me an entire spool that was a gold's worth of string.
Because you asked for a gold's worth of string.
I did not.
Well, if we needed string,
I did not.
we
I'm
got
about to
string.
make use of that string, but no, like unseen servant needs like 1 inch of string, and I asked for like 1 inch of string. A piece of string is what I asked for.
You
gave me a
handed
spool.
over 1 gold and said, "Can I get some string?"
Did I?
You did. Why
it's-
else would I give you an entire spool of string?
Listen. One of us is wrong. It's recorded.
Okay.
It's
You
probably
can
me.
go back through the like 15 hours of footage.
I will. It's probably me, but. Okay. So,
Anyways, what are you doing?
okay. God damn it. Okay. So you said there were like weapon stalls, right? Kinda.
Yeah. Some stalls with like some like various maces, daggers, swords, hammers, axes, kind of hung up and or displayed on the counter. There's 2 primary stalls. One is tended to by a very large and burly human man, and one is tended to by a more slight but still fairly muscular fucking wood elf.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to we're gonna go back into an alley, preferably the same alley.
Okay, so you head back into the shady alley.
Not get robbed.
You head back into the shady alley. Make a dex down. You head back into the shady alley.
Okay.
Alone.
Yeah. So we're gonna use a lot of that string. We're going to kind of tie it around both of the owl's feet, you know, but not
Mhm.
like so it's like tight in the middle, but so it could essentially pick something up if it snagged on it.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
feel?
yeah. I got you. I got you.
You feel? Okay. Okay, we're gonna do that now. Doing that, I imagine there's a rule.
Make a. This would be like tying, I guess. So like a survival roll.
Oh, I gotta tie that knot.
You managed to make like a loose tie around the owl's feet. It looks a little bit irritated, but it is your familiar, so it doesn't complain or anything.
Yeah. And then, oh boy, are there any like open weapons like that are just out?
There is a.
What do I got to pick from here?
Of the various weapons sitting around that you can see, you spot a mace that seems to just be loosely sitting upon a counter, not hung or on in a case or anything.
Now I used quite a bit of this string. This would probably work better if I had rope. Okay. So what I want the owl to do, I want it to fly by, and then if it can, I want it to, if it catches on the, like, it's like a like normal mace, so like kind of a morning star looking thing, like spiked, or is it like a smooth one?
If it were smooth, it will be a club. So yeah, it's got.
Yeah, it would be. So it has spikes on it. Okay. If it snags on like a few spikes, I want the owl to spin and try to like wrap the string.
Oh my fucking. Okay, sure.
I can pocket dimension it. It's fine.
All right, go ahead. Go.
Because if I
Fly
snag,
owl.
it goes. The base also goes to pocket.
Make a dexterity. Makes a dexterity check for your owl again.
Come on, boy. Damn it, pocket dimension.
The. All right. So what exactly are you doing? Okay, the owl flies down and crashes into the top of the canvas.
Yeah, pocket dimension. It's gone.
Okay. Your owl's gone.
We're done doing that.
Okay. The next thing, Virilia Martin.
Woo.
Virilia, you're still window shopping, or were you headed back, or what?
I want to head off to wherever they have like a lot of like imported goods from other provinces, because I want to see if I can't find some stuff from Strassenborg and maybe chat with some people from there and see, and maybe catch up on some stuff.
So you're
Go
over.
down.
You head back to the sort of main market and go to the edge of it where there's more of these regional merchants, and they're not very cleanly split up by region or anything, so it takes you a little bit, but eventually you spot the Strassenborg flag, I guess, not like a crest, but like, yeah, I guess flag, right?
Yeah, a flag that represents the city.
Yeah. The Strassenborg city flag, sort of small, sort of patched into the canvas that makes up the top of this stall. And there's a tall human woman with dark brown hair and sort of a round face, sitting there looking slightly bored because she doesn't happen to have many customers at the moment.
All right, I'll approach her. I'll say hi.
She greets you hello. I'm not going to give her an accent because I can't do German accents, so pretend she is a pseudo-German accent.
Yeah, you like the Swedish fish? No, let's not do that.
For the last time, I'm Swedish.
That was a really good impression, by the way. But anyway, anyway, hi, hello, hi,
Hello.
So what goods do you have here?
I have a number of jewelry, some fine clothing, some delicacies from the city of Strassenburg and the province as a whole of.
Did you forget what it was?
No, Dromos. Um.
So
Oh, you're from Dromos or Strassenburg?
both.
Like, are you from Strassenburg specifically? Or...
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah,
What
I
brings you
have
out?
a home
What
there.
brings you all the way out here then?
I wanted to see the world. All that jazz.
Can you make a deception check?
All right, because they cannot know. They cannot know because if this lady is any kind of reputable merchant, she's probably affiliated with a noble house, and if she's affiliated with the von Steubens, then really is fucked.
So roll your deception, and she'll roll.
I will roll my deception check.
And
I'll
I'll roll her an insight check to see if she notices. Okay, it doesn't really matter because you flawlessly lie to this woman, and she just nods. She's like, "Oh, of course, I completely understand. There's a huge world outside of Strassenburg, and Shenfast, as cluttered as it can be, is quite beautiful in some places as well."
Oh yeah, definitely. Is there any news from home?
Dromos at large recently. How long have you been away from home, dear?
I've
So I
been
know
away
what
from.
to tell you.
I've been away from home for about a year, give or take.
All right. About 8 months ago, there was a vampire attack in Strassenburg. The city guard pushed them back, but it was quite a scare for a while there.
Oh dear.
Yes. Oh, about a year ago, this girl disappeared from her home. Her family hasn't said much about it, but they've set out to try and get her back, and I can't recall her name at the moment, but she disappeared. They won't really talk about the details, but
All right. Is this bitch lying to me?
what? If you want to check that, check insight. Do an insight check.
All right. all right. I don't know. I have to be vigilant. You can never know when enemies are running around trying to undermine your every move. If I cannot tell.
Yeah,
As far as I know, she's telling the truth.
You have no idea. And then she goes, oh, and about 2 months ago, are you familiar with the Von Amsels?
They're a pretty big family from what I've heard.
Yes. They recently had a young daughter.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yes, 2 months ago, a little girl. I of course, I haven't seen her personally. I'm not exactly friendly with the Von Amsels. Not that I'm at odds with them. I'm just not familiar with them. But yes, I can't.
With any house?
Sorry?
Are you affiliated with any house?
Oh, not particularly. I'm. My family's quite small. We focus on trading and like we're not one of the the ancient merchant families or anything, but I don't. You might know our name. You might not. We're not exactly a huge family like the Von Amsels.
All right. Well, either way, I would like to see what kind of like delicacies what you have here? Because I have been really missing Dramosian cuisine.
She goes, yes, the food. And she pulls up a little cloth, clearly to keep from like flies and shit getting all over her food.
Yeah.
And she pulls it back, and you can see various sort of like salted meats and the like. Lots of different like sausages. You see sort of like a spicy curry-based sausage.
Currywurst, yeah.
I don't want to call it that because like that's very
Just call it currywurst.
okay. You see some currywurst, some bratwurst. You see like large fluffy pretzels and that kind of thing. You see some schnitzel, of course. Very mostly meats. She seems to have these. She does have like some marzipan as well, but yeah, she shows it to you and says, "Anything remind you of home, dear?"
Marzipan. I loved the marzipan. I need some. I need some comfort. All the way all this way from home.
She goes,
How much is the marzipan?
"Oh, the marzipan. 3 silver, if that's all right."
That is fine. I'll hand the nice lady 4 silver because I'm nice.
Oh, she says, "Thank you so much. Thank you," and puts it away, and hands you a good large portion of marzipan, sort of,
Nice.
wrapped up for so it's not too unwieldy to carry around.
And can I also get like a couple links of sausage?
Oh yes. What kind would you like?
I
You
would
can
like.
name any other sausage that you know as well.
All right. I'll have some. I'll have some. I'll have some white sausage. You know, Weisswurst.
Oh yes. How many? They count. She has them segmented into about 6 or 7 inch links.
I'll take 3 links.
She takes 3 of them, wraps them up for you, hands them over, and says, "For you, a fellow resident of Strassenburg, 2 silver for that."
All right. So I'll hand over the 2 silver. I'm excited to dig into this to the sausage and have some marzipan for dessert.
Anything else, darling?
Yeah. Nothing else right now. It was good meeting you.
Of course. Can I ask your name?
I'm. Ah shit! I gotta think of a fake ass German name.
Roll deception. If you roll good deception, I'll just give you a like an actual German name. If you roll bad deception, I'm gonna give you like a shit name.
Okay. Let's do this shit. I mean, I 18 charisma. Save me now.
You reply that your name is Elma.
Uh-huh.
You struggle for a second to quote unquote remember your surname, but you then decide Elma Kahler. And she goes, all right, I've it's not familiar to me, but I don't know, Strassenburg's pretty big.
Are you okay?
No. One sec. Yeah. Okay. She goes, my name is Elsie. Elsie Carl.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Elsie.
A pleasure to make yours as well. She seems to believe you for the moment.
Good. And I'm really gonna have to keep myself covered because the Von Amsels are distinguished by the fact that a lot of them have the scales.
Yeah.
Because dragons.
Martin.
Someone frackle the dragon, and now they got scales.
Martin goes, he like plops down a couple of silver and asks for like as much curry worth. No, he plops down like 2 gold and asks for as much curry worth as it'll buy him.
Jesus.
And she just hands him over like a shit ton of currywurst.
He's gonna feast like a king tonight.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else you'd like to do here? Or are you going to look for like maybe different shops or like look for your friends?
I'm gonna go off and look for my friends. This lady just revealed that now I have a baby sister. I'm no longer the baby of the family. Because now there's a new baby.
Yeah.
And
Which, by the way, happened like a month after you disappeared. Like, no, not that she was born, but that she was conceived like a month after your disappearance.
yeah.
Well, you leaving.
Yikes.
Yeah,
But-
I guess they must have figured that they lost their that they lost their most recent baby, so they'll make another one, I guess.
But
And so I'm reeling from that. I'm just like, holy shit! I have a new sibling. Okay. And I'll just munch on some marzipan for right now to calm my nerves.
okay. Day, as you're walking back,
I'll offer some marzipan to Martin.
Marzipan is eating his currywurst. He's good.
Marzipan is eating his currywurst.
Martin, I said
Martin.
That's his name now.
Let's
Okay.
just call him marzipan.
As you're walking back towards the market, Day, you see a small stall with someone selling various types of eyeglasses and the like, and you do see a set of glasses with dark tinted lenses.
I need them to look like aviators. I need to look like a policeman. You know what I'm talking about? I need those sunglasses.
You peruse the person's collection. It's actually a drow, a young drow man. He's wearing sunglasses as well, which makes sense because
Nice.
drow's eyes are very sensitive to sunlight.
What is a drow?
a dark elf?
Okay.
He's got kind of dark gray skin and black hair, and he
Okay.
he says, "You looking for anything specific?"
I'm looking for pop star sunglasses.
I
Something
don't
that
know
says
what that
I'm
is.
famous, but not too famous.
Okay. He pulls out a set of what look to be aviators. They're not exactly called that because aviators as
Don't
like
exist.
don't exist, but they're large round lenses with sort of a brass frame.
Okay. Yeah.
2 gold.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually,
Boom.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Wrong pair. Wrong price for this pair. He like looks down and like shuffles through some note cards, what you presume are like prices, and he goes, 15 gold.
No. No.
You and
I'm
I both know.
famous.
You and
Hey,
I.
do you know who I am?
No, I don't.
I'm Sunbear. I'm the famous violinist.
I've
I'm
never
on tour
heard.
here.
Can you perform for me?
I can definitely do that right here, right now.
Yes.
All right, I bust that violin out.
Can you make a performance check this time?
Dang.
Oh, you did. Okay. You perform, and you pull your bow across the strings, and again, it's a beautiful It's a beautiful song, not quite as beautiful as the one before. And he like crosses his arms and nods, and he goes, Let's see if he makes the save.
Dang, he is not having it.
He crosses his arms. He says, "It's a good performance, but I still don't know who you are."
I'm Sunbear.
Sun Bearer?
Yeah, the famous violinist.
I've never heard of you.
It's okay. I guess I'll pay a normal person price for these awesome sunglasses.
If I had told you 15 first, you probably would have been fine with it. But no.
No, I still would have haggled you down to 10.
Okay, well,
I have I have venues to see, fans to meet. I need to leave.
Okay, well you're paying 15.
Yeah, I guess. They're my glasses now.
You hand over 15 gold and he hands over the glasses.
And
you,
now I'm wearing cool glasses.
yeah, you slip them on, and well, you can like look around and everything's a little bit dimmer. The sun isn't so intense.
Is there a place where we can buy like genuine magical items?
Who knows? Around here, you haven't really noticed. Most places aren't selling magical items along this like first layer stretch, but maybe further into the city or on a higher level, perhaps.
That if we come across, if I have to do a perception roll for that later, just let me know.
Okay.
But I think we should look for our friends now.
So, Sildid, do you want to do anything right now? Sildid? Oh no.
Mom, no.
All right. Oh no. Sildid?
She just messaged me.
Sildid?
Hey.
Hi.
Okay. There we go.
Is there anything
I'm good with just following Day around.
Okay. Toxic, what are you up to at the moment? Are you because I know you abandoned the whole owl thing for now.
Oh, sad now. Failed 2 times in a row. Come on. No, I was actually gonna go walk into a magic store if I could find one.
Okay, so you wander around for a little bit. And eventually you manage to wizard feel your way to a magic store. It's further into the city, away from the shore. By the time you finally reach it, you can only faintly hear the sound of waves and the like. The city's quite cluttered, but thankfully there are occasional, trees and small parks here and there, so that it doesn't get too overwhelmingly stuffy. You find a sort of hole-in-the-wall kind of shop, one of those places that's squished between 2 larger shops. Written in just common, above the door, is just like straight up magic shop. It seems a little bit dodgy, but you can feel the magic. You can feel magical energy coming from this location.
I'm gonna go in. Try not to get stabbed.
So you head inside, and there's it smells a lot like incense, like they've been burning incense in here. And you could see various little gemstones and the like sitting around with like little cards above them telling what their purpose is and like spiritual uses. There's a number of books on a large bookshelf pressed against the left wall. Kind of lined up against another wall are several staffs and wands. There's what are they called? Sensors? The ones that you put stuff in and burn and wave the smoke around. Those are hanging from the ceiling as well on strings. What you assume to be something like sage being burnt inside of them, the smoke filtering out. And from the back of the shop, a Duragar walks out.
A what? What?
A Duragar.
Okay, sure.
A Duragar. Do you know what a Duragar is?
No.
A Duragar is also known as a gray dwarf. They are a subterranean race of dwarves. They are native to the Underdark. They're basically the drow of dwarves. Unfortunately for you, however, this Duergar stands about 4'8".
Damn it.
And he comes out, his skin a dark, almost bluish gray, a very large braided white beard hanging down low, and a mustache of comparable length. He's wearing what looks to be like a really old, faded, floppy wizard's cap, and some old robes with kind of fur at the top, and he's holding a staff, using it as a cane. And he comes towards you and he goes, "Well, you're quite a young wizard, aren't you?"
I guess. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
What are you, 230? 240?
What are you, a wizard? No,
That I am, that I am.
around there? Yeah. Give or take 3.
It's good to see the youth of the world take up the magical arts. How can I help you? What do you need?
Was just looking. Would you happen to have any like quality of life things? Not looking for stuff to be used specifically
What,
in
like
combat, but
like a self-help book? I'm not sure.
no, like because you can do a lot of things with enchantments, right?
Well, certainly.
Yeah. Do you have anything that's specifically not for combat around?
I did, but it was stolen recently.
Of course it was.
It's not a big deal. It's quite a cheap object. It was a bracer of resizing. It's
We bought that.
You did, huh?
Yeah. How much
I'm
were
not-
you selling it for?
It was only worth about 15 gold.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill that person and take our money back.
How much? I mean, it is Shenfast. I'm not surprised.
Take
But how
a
much?
guess. Take a guess.
150?
Add 50 more.
Wow.
Yeah, they're dying tonight.
And you fell for that.
I didn't look at it in time. They're dying tonight.
All right. That's your business.
Yes.
There's a I've got a pan of self-heating for when you don't want to make a campfire, but you want to make some soup. I've got a jug of indefinite water. I'm pretty sure it's not infinite. You a while. I have to be straight with you. It's definitely not infinite, but it will go for a while. I've got a dagger of healing. It's quite a funny item. When you stab someone with it, it heals their wound right after.
But do they still feel the pain of it?
Until you pull it out, yeah.
How much for that?
40 gold.
Okay. I'm not buying it. Just wanna know. Fair. In case something else comes up.
And my grandson made this one. He thinks it's quite funny. Boots of tripping. You put them on and the laces tie themselves together whenever you're not looking.
Yeah, that's actually kind of funny.
But I don't exactly have many enchanted items. I have the necessary knowledge and scrolls and spell books and the necessary materials for the most part to enchant most things, but I generally don't stock up on enchanted items. I work on a commission-based system, or I just provide necessary items and knowledge for someone else to enchant their items. I also have staffs and magical focuses and the like.
There is one thing that I've been thinking about a little bit. Would know how to go about it. How to go about making it. Something to help you read faster or more efficient. Learning. Help with learning.
I can't. That would be quite a difficult and expensive enchantment to actively increase your rate of knowledge absorption, I suppose. But I could perhaps provide you with something to circumvent some of the things that might be slowing you down. I know of an enchantment that allows one to place their hand on a book while they sleep and absorb and read at the same rate you would read while you were awake, but while you were sleeping.
Oh.
Yes.
You know of it. You don't have one.
I don't have one on hand, but I could either enchant one for you myself or provide you with the necessary materials and knowledge to do it on your own.
How much would it be for you to make it?
250 gold.
How much would the materials and knowledge to do so be?
For the scroll that details how to do it, 75 gold, and for the necessary materials, including a ring, a gem, and a number of herbs, another 75. So 150 in total. Though I can't, of course, guarantee the success of the enchantment if you're not exceedingly familiar with it yourself.
Yes. Okay. So, out of character here. 250. Okay, so 150. I would have 2 shots at it before it's. No, one shot. No, 2. 2 shots at it before it's more expensive.
You don't have a whole lot of gold, my dude.
Yeah, I gotta get some money from someone. From somewhere.
Yeah, you need to like go off and get some money, or like do a favor for this dude or something.
Damn it, where's Yafa?
Yafa's gone, dude. Yafa's long gone.
Damn it.
Okay, hold on. In character, this old man, this old Duragar notices you seem a little bit conflicted over your financial situation. He goes, you know, if you're a little short on gold, I could, if you do me a favor, I could perhaps lower the price.
What kind of favor are we talking about?
He slowly starts to unzip his pen. No. He turns and he grabs one of the staffs off the wall and shows it to you. And it looks to be made of a big gnarled tree limb. And at the end of the tree limb, it's as if it's been split into roots, and the roots are curling around what looks like a giant ass pearl, like the size of well, not your fist, like a human's fist. And he shows you that the pearl is cracked along around the whole diameter of it almost. Circumference of it rather. And he goes, I need a replacement for this before I can properly sell it again. It's on my to-do list. I've got it put away from the rest of the products, but if you can find a pearl of appropriate size, I would be willing to enchant your item for 100 gold and provide you the materials for 50.
Okay. Now we're not talking about the 100 gold pearl I have on me, are we?
No. This pearl is probably like 750 gold.
Yeah, okay. So I think we have a person that can do it, but gonna have to pay a little bit of money. This is very spendy for me. Yeah, I would probably find one.
He says, "Take your time. The knowledge of the enchantment isn't going to go away anytime soon." Is there anything else you need at the moment? All right.
Gonna go find that. 2 hours, big guy, but I'm gonna wait till everyone's to the group.
All right. You head out. He gives you a nod and a wave as you leave. You find your way back to the main market where you assume it will be the easiest to at least spot people. And you do notice Virilia and Martin wandering about. You see fairly clearly the tall tiefling in armor, so he's not hard to spot. You also see your new member, Galen. She is like glowing blue and made of water-ish. So she's easy to see with Day and Silded. You, Galaron and Yafa are still nowhere to be found. Kriza has finally wandered out of whatever dark alley he was in and seems to be bartering with someone over some fish. So it seems like you've at least located the majority of your group.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
So, Day and Silded and Galen, the three of you have made your way back to the market, and you've managed to spot Virilia and Martin. And you might not notice, out of the corner of your eye, Kriza, who is... He sticks out a fair bit, but he sticks out a fair bit with his red scales and like 7-foot height.
We're collecting the primary colors.
They don't get these.
And Toxif, you're on like an upper level, so you can see all of them. But unless they look up, even if they do look up, you're kind of behind a railing, so it's hard for them to see you.
I want to share my marzipan. I bought some good marzipan, so I want to share it with everybody.
All right, so y'all get together and start to share the marzipan. It's quite a sweet almondy taste.
What time would you say it is?
It's probably I don't know. You guys arrived late in the afternoon, and now it's a little bit. It's nearing sunset, but not maybe an hour or two until sunset.
Okay. Y'all want to hit the beach for some sunset watching?
Heck yeah.
Okay.
So, Toxif, are you gonna head down there and join them?
Yeah.
So Toxif, so you guys see Toxif waddle over to you guys.
Waddle?
Yeah.
Is he fat?
My legs are small.
No, he's just small.
Like a little penguin.
God damn it.
Hey, look at my cool new glasses, everybody. Don't I look more famous than normal?
What?
No response, Day.
Yeah, dang. When I'm famous,
But you
I'm not
already
gonna
were
remember you
famous.
guys. I'm trying to fake my
Oh.
way to being famous. If I just pretend
thought
I'm
you
already
were
famous,
You're
if I just tell
Hey.
people I'm famous, they'll think I'm famous, and I'll
Hey.
be famous.
Day is hoping that the Mandela effect will kick in, and so then people will make up false memories about. And
That's way smarter than I thought.
that's essentially what you're doing.
Toxif, are you gonna tell them your plan, or are you just gonna quietly allow them to go to the beach?
Well, plan my power plan? No, I want to look at the beach first. Maybe.
All right.
Just
So
maybe.
as a group, you decide to head towards the beach.
Now, are we gonna go swimming, or are we just gonna watch the sun?
I mean, it's up to y'all, I guess. I don't have swim clothes, and I intend to hustle some money.
I
So
want
it's up to
swimsuit.
y'all.
So I'm gonna go swim.
Also, there might be sharks, so have a good one.
I can just electrocute the water. I'll be fine.
Yeah.
One of our friends can't even get in the water, so that's kind of insulting for you. She's never been underwater because she can't go below the water because she can only walk on top of it.
Because we're rank. Because she has the ring.
Galen
She
speaks
can.
up. Galen
She
speaks
can't even
up.
take a bath. Okay, that's so rude of you.
Galen speaks up and goes, I can decide whether or not to walk in the water.
Oh,
It's the ring.
never mind.
You take your finger for the ring.
Wait a white knight there.
So, you all head over to the beach. Takes you a few minutes to walk along the coast until you get to the sandy area. It's not very well populated, oddly enough. Not a lot of people out
Darn
here
it.
trying to swim or sunbathe at this time. A few people here and there, but not a whole lot. The
My
ocean,
swimsuit.
if nothing, okay, well, while Shenfast isn't the cleanest city, if nothing else, the ocean directly off the coast of Shenfast is quite clear and clean. You can taste the salty air as you approach, and the blue-green waters lapping at the white sand of the shore. Martin starts stripping out of his armor right in the beach. You just look over, and Martin's armor is just like clunk, clunk, clunk into the sand.
No, I'm more modest. I need to find somewhere private.
Change in the ocean.
Yes, because I'm gonna get my good expensive robes all wet with seawater.
But no one will see you.
Yes, but I'll do a swimsuit to begin with.
Martin seems to have put on his swim trunks beneath his armor, so when he tugs it all off, he's just standing there in his swim trunks. And he starts
And we're
heading,
all glad.
he starts heading over to the water.
Why didn't you do that?
Because I didn't want
I
to.
don't know. We gotta look for a little cabana for you.
Thanks, that would be much appreciated. Are there any little cabanas on the beach?
You look around and there's not really any little cabanas on the beach. There's a shady looking shack on the beach.
I want to go look at it.
You go over to look at the shack, and as you approach, the door like kicks open, and this very large, like this like very tall, orc walks out and goes, "Oh, don't go in there for a while."
Guys, we found the outhouse.
I immediately back away. Nope.
Yeah, he walks away, and you can actually physically see like a green cloud come out of
Me
the.
too.
Nope.
outhouse.
I get further away.
Yeah, no. Alright, so I guess I'll just go back to wherever we have situated on the beach. I'll just be like, alright guys, can you just like turn away? Not look.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so I get into my swimsuit.
All right, so you like ask your friends to like crowd around you?
On me while I'll turn away, because I'd rather not. You know.
We built a small wall.
Yep, a small wall of people.
Some of it is very small.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so I get into my swimsuit, I'm all changed and stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of the swimsuit that I picked out. It's pretty pretty.
Is it okay to turn around? Is it okay to look now?
Yes, it is okay to look now.
You turn around.
Okay, I turn around. Give you a
Take
thumbs
a
up.
look at Aurelia, and she's quite pale, you know, well, it's not that you're like unfamiliar with her body type, though she does wear significant robes most of the time. What's most interesting is the glittering copper scales along her arms.
Cool. Can I get those? Is that just a thing we can have? Did we know this about her?
No, you didn't know this about her, not really.
No, you can't really get those. One
Is
of my
that part of the
ancestors-
swimsuit?
dragon, or is it?
Lit!
Yeah,
Like a real one?
yeah, real bronze dragon.
What's your other side, a human?
Yeah, I would imagine.
Oh no.
Krista goes, yeah, tough shit, whatever, big deal.
You know, bronze dragons can take human form, so it's not that big of a problem.
Okay, whew, dang. You
Chris
got me real worried again.
Krista goes like, oh man, real special, real unique. Man,
Are you okay with it, Frieza? Are you angry at me?
I'm gonna go for a swim. And he like tugs off his clothes and is just left in like a loincloth and he goes to the ocean to jump in for a bit.
So now everyone knows that I'm part dragon now. That is good.
Except for
Yeah,
Yappa.
Except for Yappa.
we already got one of those.
Yeah, you already have one dragon man. Now you have two dragon people. Of course, one is more dragon-y than the other, but still.
Hey, Toxif.
Yes?
I got this cool, maybe cursed violin.
Yeah?
You want to check it out if you can?
What's up with you and curses?
No, it's not cursed. I'm pretty sure it's not cursed. The guy was just a little too happy to get rid of it, you know?
Can I look at it?
You can look at
Can
it.
he see it?
What happened?
Oh, you all right, so Dave presents it to you, and Dave wasn't like hiding it from you, but weirdly enough, you didn't at all notice it until she brought it up and held it out. As you kind of look at it and stare at it, it seems a little bit blurry, a little bit hard to focus on before your eyes.
It's like sense or something. What's up with it?
You touch it, and you learn that this violin is... It definitely should be cursed, but it's not.
Okay.
You sense that one, if not several lives were like snuffed out in the making of this violin. And that like that it has like the, well, first of all, it has the censoring property wherein only certain people can see it, and when drawn attention to it, the people who do see it through that method can't see it very clearly. You also get that it has some sort of strong connection to the performance of the user, like connected to whatever emotions of the song they're playing is. It doesn't require attunement, it doesn't have charges, but while it doesn't require attunement, not everyone can use it. It's like Day can use it, she doesn't need to attune to it, but if you try to use it, it probably wouldn't work out. Yeah. And now identifies just arcane stuff, so you don't know the physical makeup of this. Yeah.
So it's just a picky violin.
It's a picky, cool violin, which people died in order to make.
Yeah.
Awesome.
People died in order to make a lot of things. But
Yeah, I was gonna say everything I own, someone died to make. So
now unless those people are like were specifically killed and then their blood is like in the violin or something, we don't have a problem.
that's what
Unless
makes the wood dark.
That's kind of what I meant.
Okay, we might have a problem, but that's not mine. So that's the paladin's issue. Now I'm gonna walk along the beach
have
and pray for a miracle.
And I'm just having a grand old time swimming in the water.
Martin's off swimming
hoping that the
too,
sea salt, hoping
so
that the sea salt doesn't.
you
make
don't
us
have any
ill.
chance of getting a smite on it yet.
Okay, I'm gonna bust out my violin and I'm just gonna play 5 o'clock somewhere by Jimmy Buffett because this is our beach day.
Jimmy Buffett, huh? Like James Buffett.
Yeah, Jimmy Buffett. They play that song all the time at work, and we got a case of the Mondays.
You want me to roast you? You want me to really rip into you? Like fucking Jimmy Buffett?
It's so funny. I gotta.
Take it
I
back.
had to.
Nautical Wheelers by Jimmy Buffett. Manana by Jimmy Buffett. When Salone plays the drums by James Buffett. Havana Daydreaming by Jimmy Buffett. What the fuck happened to you? Are you haunted? Are you fucking possessed?
That's my violin taking over.
The soul of Jimmy
You
Buffett.
used to be my bard. Now you're just Jimmy Buffett.
Thank you, Cinder. Thank you so much.
Okay, so you play It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah,
A
I got
violin
the twang
rendition,
too.
which is really interesting. You can everyone make a charisma saving throw? I won't make one for the people who are on here. Just the three of you who are here.
Wait, do I have to do a performance check, or are we just assuming because it's Jimmy Buffett, everyone loved it?
I mean, I went in that rant, so I think I have to let you just have a good performance.
Thank you.
I have proficiency.
I mean,
That
if
should be
it's
fine.
magic, but I guess it's just music.
Silja, can you make a? Oh boy.
Oh my
Silja, you feel like skipping around and just like you're full of this energy and like, oh man, you're living that beach life. Toxic, you feel pretty chill. You feel like good. Like, oh man, that beach life. You're on it, but you're not as quite invested in it as Sil did. Virilia, you feel pretty chilled out, but not like overwhelmingly on that Jimmy Buffett style.
I'm just happy that I got to swim because because these people in this province, they don't swim a lot, and she's barely found any pools, so she's been sad.
Yeah. So, I mean, the group as a whole is really feeling that beach living, that you had a case of the Mondays, but like Jimmy Buffett made it go away. You're living on island time.
Thanks, Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett
Is this gonna be
smart.
Is this gonna be a running gag now?
Are we having more beach days?
There's a guy named James Buffet running around.
That's
So,
what I get behind.
Y'all kind of chill around, maybe do some sunbathing, some swimming. Anything specific y'all want to do on this beach?
So, do I have to eventually just fight a giant oyster? Or is our Goliath friend just gonna fight a giant oyster for me?
That's entirely up to you and how you want to procure your giant pearl.
Jesus Christ. Oh, I don't want to do anything in the water. The water's a terrifying place.
I just kind of put my head up from the water. Hey, come on in. The water's fine.
You have friends to ask about your stuff.
No, it's the beach day right now.
I'm just chilling, jamming out.
Is there anything like along the beach beside, just you know, just around? Just you know, around Anything of interest?
Very, 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 very. Like literally at the very edge of your vision, across the horizon, like miles out to sea,
Yeah.
you see a shape moving. Not a wave.
Alive?
It's something moving, like in a rhythmic motion
And
over.
it's not a boat.
It's not a boat because it disappears a moment later.
Damn it!
Also, the sand is really nice. It's like warm.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, with that, I'm just laying in the sand because
Oh jeez.
my day is done.
Roy's gonna have to be careful, so because she can't really be getting sand and stuck between her scales.
Oh, I should probably say that there was something out there. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, big thing in the water.
Chris is like, "Can I fight it from the water? Is it in the water next to me?" He
No,
says.
no, it's like miles that way. I apparently have eagle eyes.
I'm just like, Dragon God, take me now.
Where we'll maybe do something about it, but
He starts swimming out to sea.
why?
I don't know why. I feel like he'd be the type to swim out to sea just to fight something.
Why?
No, he like comes back a minute like a moment later, just kind of joking around.
Okay, well, talks have done with the day. So.
I'm gonna pop out of the water and wrap myself up in a nice big towel because apparently I had one.
Yes, you did. Sildred, what are you up to?
Just chilling.
You sunbathing?
Yeah.
Crisp work.
Yeah, you get nice and crispy under the sun. Eventually, Galaron wanders back to the group. He's got like a fruity drink in his hand with like a slice of some kind of citrus fruit on the rim of the glass.
I waved to him.
He waves.
Have
He
a good
waves.
time.
He waves back and takes a sip, and he goes, "So, what have you all been up to for the past couple of hours?"
Swimming.
Swimming for for 2 hours.
I really like to swim.
Have we?
I mean, how long have you been swimming? How long do you want to have been swimming?
I mean, I'm okay for swimming for a while. I mean, I like swimming.
Oh, God.
I got a bracer.
You've been swimming for an hour. The sun is like nearing the horizon. You've got like half an hour, 45 minutes. And
Hey, so that bracer, 15 gold. I found the guy I belong to.
Oh heck.
Galaron goes, "You bought that bracer for how much?"
200.
And he like looks at you, Sildred, with like a judgy, disappointed look on his face.
Oh no, they died tonight, Galaron. Out of. Oh, ooh, no, wait. Did he hear me though? Did Martin hear me? I donated to the church.
Roll a stealth check, actually.
I donated to the church.
Let's see whether or not he did.
No. Oh, yes.
Martin is.
Oh my gosh.
Martin was like under the water searching for like crabs and shit down there while you said that.
Fantastic.
So I'm kind of like dried off now. So I take my towel, put it back in the bag, and and I'm just like, hey, so what have you been doing, Galaron?
I've been familiarizing myself with the city.
All right, sounds good. And Do you want some marzipan? I got some marzipan.
Where were you storing it if you was swimming?
In my bag. It's not on my, why would I keep it on my person if it's submerged?
Where's your bag?
I plopped it off somewhere. No. This was an afterthought.
Gibbs, can you look around? Perception?
Yeah, I will do that. Oh god, I hope I didn't lose my bag because I had some good. I had some good worsts in there too. Kind of offhandedly mentioned, I also got some good sausages. Oh god, I hope I didn't lose it.
You have no idea where your fucking bag is.
Oh no, I lost my marzipan in first.
Or your clothes.
My clothes, so now I'm just stuck in my swimsuit.
Galaron goes up. What does your bag look like?
Well, it's a pretty normal looking knapsack. It's pretty finely made. I mean, it's not like run of the mill, but it looks pretty normal at first glance, I guess. Not sand colored though.
Galaron's gonna take a look around, see if he spots it.
Thank you, Galaran. Can't believe I rolled in that one. Yeah, I guess the universe had to balance out the nat 20 I rolled at some point.
He looks around and he goes, Is that it there being carried away by that young boy running off?
Wait, what?
Is it?
Oh no!
Oh, does this guy look familiar? Is it him?
Roll a perception check.
Is it him?
He points off in the distance, and there's like a small figure running off with your bag over his shoulder, and you can't tell, Josh.
I'm gonna try to. Can I run after the guy and try to get my bag?
Roll an athletics check.
All right, let's hope I can do this.
Can I help?
Yeah, both of you roll athletics checks for just like looking
Thanks.
towards this thief.
Thanks, Hilda.
Athletics is what I'm good at.
All right,
Nice.
Aurelia, you kind of get caught in the sand and like tread sand for a second. You're like, fuck, shit, fuck. But Tilted, you just boom, 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 boom. You just speed across the sand at the speed of light, kicking it up into a huge cloud behind you. And you just like, you're upon this thief in like a second. What do you do? What are you gonna do to this thief?
I'm gonna pick him up.
All right, you run over there and whoop, grab him under the under like the arms and pick him up, and he's like kicking and like, stop, put me down.
I'm just gonna take him back to the others now.
So everyone has now gotten out of the water. Martin has like half of his armor on. Chris has got his pants on at least. And you bring him over, and Toxic, you look at this person, and thankfully for them, it's not the same person that you knocked out.
No, if it was the kid, you would have been knocked out again. They were just left in there.
It's like they're like a halfling, but quite a speedy halfling, all things considered.
You know, I probably could have called them, but save that for a rainy day.
I was like super worried and super anxious about my bag because it had all kinds of shit in it that I needed and that could be used to like track me down, which is like not good.
So you take the bag back and take a quick look through it, and everything seems to be in place. The thief doesn't seem to have taken anything from the bag. He was just grabbing it and running with it.
Now, is this another kid or is it just a short person?
It's just a halfling.
Okay.
He's got like sandy hair and kind of pale skin.
Thank goodness.
Let's make him eat sand.
No. I look at Dane. I'm just like, no.
Galaron like steps up and like puts a hand on on this halfling's shoulder and says, "Run, run, never return if you value your freedom as a person." And then looks up at you, Sildon, and says, "Let him down."
Alright.
I'll
Okay.
see you
Are
again.
sure?
I'll make you eat
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much sand.
Put him down.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So little, just put him down. Let him go.
You put him down, and he like looks at all of you, and then immediately bolts off into like a dark alley.
There's dark alleys like everywhere. Jeez.
It's
Is it
Shenfast.
good?
Literally 80% dark alleys.
There's alleys on the beach.
No, the beach. Okay, the beach is like a lowered shore, and then there's stone walls, and then past the stone walls is the walkway. Not the walkway, like the sidewalk, and then past there is buildings. So he jumps over the up stone wall and over to the buildings in the alleyway.
I looked through my bag like, oh my goodness, thank goodness nobody took my scale ointment.
One of your currywurst, not one of your currywurst, one of your Weisswurst is gone.
Man, Jamosian Weisswurst is really good. And
Just one though.
just one. I mean, I'm just gonna have the rest, but I will still share the marzipan.
Okay.
I'm
So
just gonna offer it to people.
yeah, it seems like people weren't exaggerating when they talked about how bad thievery was in Shenfast. You've been here for like 3 hours and nearly been robbed like 4 times.
I'm so sad.
And you've definitely been robbed at least once by that woman who sold you the bracer.
She was pretty. She was pretty.
Yaffa walks up and goes, "Well, what did I miss?"
We've got a person to talk to.
About what? Martin is right next to you, by the way.
Yeah. I've got a question about the concerning the enchantment of those bracers. How it was done, because that looks very handy.
Yaffa asks in thieves can't. He slips in like, "Do we need to kill anybody?" But just like thieves can't like hand signals and bullshit.
Yeah. I know very little thieves can't, but I think yes is one of the things I know.
He nods and he goes, "What exactly are you wearing, Martin?" And Martin like crosses his arms. He's wearing like the pauldrons of his armor, bare chest, and swim trunks.
And then I'm still wearing my swimsuit. And I just kind of wave excitedly at Yaffa, like, hello, welcome back.
Yaffa looks at you and is like, "When did you get scales?"
Oh, I've always had them. I just never showed anybody.
Alright.
I'm part.
And he looks like
Pretty.
I'm pretty.
Then he looks back at Martin and is like, "Please put some clothes on so that you stop looking like a calendar model. We can't all have 10 packs, Martin. You're making some of us uncomfortable."
No, never.
Dressing, you guys, there's really no dressing rooms near here, so if you guys could like turn away, but form like a human wall or body wall, that'd be great.
Everyone like makes a circle around you, backs to you.
And
Though
I
Martin's like shifting around, slowly pulling his armor on as well.
Yeah, and I get my stuff back on. And then get my stuff back on, and just like, yeah, you guys can turn around now, and I'm back in my robes and shit.
All right.
Not nearly as glittery, but you know.
So yeah, Yafu, everyone kind of like turns back to you and goes, "Well," and this is Galaron speaking. "Well, should we retire to a inn for the night?"
Sounds good.
Sounds good to me.
Unless there's any other business we had to take care of before we turn in.
I mean, we're staying in town for a few days, right?
Yes, we don't have anywhere to be.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not exactly the one who makes the plans in this group.
And I'm assuming like Yafa didn't have luck doing what he was doing because he wasn't existent today. So
Yafa goes,
we'll just...
I did what I needed to do. Like
he was
very
trying to find a... He was trying to find the
All right.
a place to stay that wasn't bad.
Oh yeah, he was trying to get us a place to stay in a thieves guild.
He goes, I don't like the way they run things here. We might have to, they might have to take a day or two to continue business, but for now, we'll find a secure inn and turn in for the night.
Let's
Yeah,
actually-
okay.
Let's stay at a good inn, not like a shady inn. Really, I can't handle shady stuff. She only ever stayed in the really nice inns and pulled her weight with local nobles when she was still in the province over.
Martin raises his sword to the sky and a lightning bolt hits it, and he's like, "Forward! I will lead us to a place of pure intent," and starts marching through the city.
Remember, I donated to the church.
I'm just kind of like, that's not quite what I meant, but okay.
Martin starts to lead y'all through the city, like bypassing every dark alleyway and bullshit. At one point, he literally almost chops a dude's hands clean off because he tries to pickpocket him. But luckily, nobody got hurt. And eventually, he leads you guys, maybe about 15, 20 minutes deep into the city. And you find what looks disturbingly like a brothel. And Martin goes, "We stay here," and like slams his sword against the stone.
Yeah, okay.
I am slightly disturbed. I'm just like, are you
Gallagher.
sure this is a good place?
Yes.
Is this
Talk
the
to-
place you went to earlier?
No, there's other brothels in the city. I didn't go to this one.
Yeah, so, okay.
You went to a brothel?
I went to brothels.
Well, we're at one now.
Can I see if he's lying?
I'm super,
He's
I'm
not.
super uncomfortable.
You can roll insight if you'd like.
I don't doubt him. Not this.
I do.
Poor really is super uncomfortable. She's not used to like the criminal underworld or anything of that
I
sort.
can't see
So
anything.
Yeah, you can't tell
Yeah.
whether or not Galawan was actually at a brothel or multiple brothels.
Why don't we just find like an actual inn?
This is an inn! What are you saying?
This is Martin.
Martin, this
Yes.
doesn't look like an inn.
This is not an inn.
Hey, at least they're gonna have baths.
I was guided here by holy intent. This is an inn. We are staying here.
There's nothing holy about this place, my friend. well, there is.
He
but
marched.
different.
He marches.
I don't know what's bad. I don't know why. This is. I walk inside. I go right inside.
Going in. Okay. Well.
Just kind of can't weasel my way into the local nobles' court instead.
Just
Is anyone else going in?
no.
I am not chancing it.
I mean, you don't. I was guided.
They're not gonna.
Guided you by the light. Guided.
They're not gonna kidnap you.
I know, but
It's starting to get dark at this point.
Good.
I mean, the town was bad during the day. You want to walk around at nighttime on your own?
yeah.
I mean,
So I tentatively walk in after Martin.
Chris has walked in without any hesitation. So has Galaron. Yafa sneaks in, as he's wont to do.
I mean, me and Yaf are leaving in a few minutes, anyways.
All right, that's fair enough. Yafa sticks with you, Toxif. Galen wanders in, not knowing what the fuck this is.
Yeah. Well, gonna learn today what it is.
Toxic. What are we doing about this?
We are going to find this person, little gnome lady.
Ah, yeah. Our little errand.
Yeah, 200 gold. It was 200 gold.
And Silda just handed it over.
It's worth 15.
Wait, we're here on a mission? I thought we were going to
Pretty
pay.
No, you guys aren't even here. Me now
Pretty
we're walking away.
face.
Wait, I thought we were on the
Just
in the brothel.
Toxif and Yafa say they've got something to do and head off for the night. For now. The rest of you walk into this building, and it's quite a. It's well lit, kind of with a low reddish, pinkish light. Though it's decorated, sort of draped in various silks and cloths, and comfortable places to sit, made up of various cushions and pillows. And near the front, there's a woman dressed surprisingly modestly, in the way that her limbs and torso and waist and everything are fully covered. Though she's dressed in sort of loosely fitting light clothing. And she greets you all and goes, "Ah, yes. Will you be staying with us for the night?" And,
Yes.
Yeah, she goes, "Will you want separate rooms or will you be bunking together?"
I'm pretty sure some of us are grouping up.
I would like my own room, please.
Carissa asks for his own room. Galawan asks for his own room. Martin also asks for his own room.
Silda and I can group.
Yeah.
Galen says, "I don't know you guys very well yet, so I'm gonna take my own room if that's okay."
No
fine.
problem.
So I'll subtract the necessary gold from everyone else, just from Day and Silder. You guys just take off like 1 silver each, or whoever wants to pay,
I'll do it.
and then Gibbs Verilia take off 2 silver.
Alright.
So the woman nods and starts to lead all of you up to the rooms. Martin, to Martin's credit, you don't hear any like promiscuous noises. It's a fairly quiet place. And Martin seems quite satisfied with his own judgment, as you're each led into fairly small but comfortable rooms for all of you.
Nice.
All decorated in a similar manner to the lobby. And she hands you each a key, well, 1 key for you, Day, and Silda together. And you kind of go, she goes, "Enjoy your stay. If you need anything else, please don't hesitate to come ask. Please stay quiet for the benefit of our other guests, however."
No problem.
Now, back with Toxif and Yafa. Toxif, what is your plan to hunt this woman down?
Oh god. Okay. So I guess we're back in the main like marketplace area.
Yeah,
where we first entered.
It's starting to wind down, but there's still some people out there selling their wares.
Yeah. Okay. So. What was her? Did she have like a little thing? She was like an enchanted item seller just walking around, or did she have like a?
Walks up to you with a case of enchanted items.
Okay. So she didn't have like a place. That we,
No.
that we saw. Okay. Well, I guess time to start asking around, huh?
All right.
Is there any like vendors or shop people still open?
Yeah, a few.
Okay. Like anyone that I tried to steal from?
No.
Okay,
No.
good. Okay, so I guess we're asking around for a gnome woman that was selling enchanted items out of a case, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that would be
You. All right. You just ask around. You don't get much response at first, but eventually someone catches wind of you and goes, "Oh, you're looking for her, aren't you?"
yeah, that was a really that was a nice way of saying her. So I take it she has a reputation.
A bit. Who's asking? Like, who? What beef have you got?
You know, she got an item from a person I'm doing a job for and wants it back. Well, yeah, he wants it back.
He goes, well, for a small fee, I could probably tell you where she is.
How small of a fee?
How about 15 gold?
That's a lot. You know, okay. Does this man don't know? Never mind. I was gonna say, does this person actually seem like they know where she is?
You're not really sure? Maybe? Probably. But
Okay, well, whatever. 15 gold, sure. Sure.
you hand over 15 gold and he goes, you see the clock tower over there, and he points off to a little bit further into the city. There's a tall clock tower that rises above the rest of the buildings. He goes, she sleeps at the top of that every night. Of course, that's not all she does in the middle of the night, so whether or not she's there, yeah, I can't guarantee.
Well,
there right now, I mean.
Okay, well, that's useful. Thank you.
He nods and he's like, all right.
To the tower.
So you and Yafa start heading towards this clock tower. It takes you a little bit. Surprisingly enough, as it gets darker, the city does indeed get quieter, but you don't get accosted as much as you did before. At least not yet. As you approach the clock tower, you kind of walk around the outside, but there doesn't seem to be any way to get in that isn't other than one large, heavily padlocked door. Would you like me to take care of this, friend?
Yeah. I forgot Yafu was here, honestly.
Alright, I rolled it as Galaron, but don't worry about it. I used Yafa's thieves tools.
Okay.
Not Galaron. Yafa starts to pick at each of the locks. It takes him a second for each one, a little clink, clank, clink. And eventually the 3 or 4 padlocks that were on the door fall to the ground, and he creaks the door open and looks inside, and he says, quite a long walk up these stairs.
Yeah, we should probably be checking for traps along the way, too.
Would you like me to go first?
Yeah, I'm gonna bring the owl out of the pocket dimension and just have it on my shoulder.
Okay. Yafa gets down and starts to sneak up the steps, looking around as he goes. About a third of the way up, he actually make a stealth roll yourself.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yafa manages to, for the most part, avoid all of the creaky steps, but for every like other creaky step he avoids, you step on too. So it's just like, huh, tuh, tuh. And then for you, and Yafa like glares at you.
He knows. That's how it goes.
He like puts an arm back and he's like, hold on. And he looks up and he's going to tell you there's a small loop right here on this stair ahead that'll probably lift you up into the air. Just walk around it. And he carefully moves around it. Well, let's see if he does with a straight dex check. He does. He makes it around. But do you?
Oh, dexterity?
Yeah.
Oh boy, my favorite thing ever, you know?
You manage to tiptoe around the loop just barely without triggering it. You continue up a bit further, and Yafa steps past a certain stair perfectly fine. Can you make a perception check?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, can you make a dexterity saving throw? You walk forward and you feel you hear a particularly loud creak beneath your foot, and then you hear a crack as your foot goes straight through this particular stair, and you're like up to your knee, dangling. Like your entire right leg is dangling in open air, like 3 or 4 stories up.
Ooh. Yeah, that would hurt. That would hurt a lot.
That's not what I meant to press. All right, so Yafa reaches over and grabs you before like your weight can press further down against the stair. And now he's going to make a strength check to pull you back.
Okay. Yeah, for strength checks, they're not good
Well,
at all.
an athletics check. Let's. Oh. He pulls and pulls and pulls at you, but it just feels like he's like tearing off your leg right now. And he goes, "You're gonna have to help me here, friend."
Yeah.
Make an athletics check as well. All right. Through your combined efforts, you eventually manage to pull yourself up, but there is no way that if she is up there, she doesn't already know you're coming.
This is a feat. I'm recasting mage armor right now. By the way, 'cause
Okay.
it's worn off at this point.
Okay. So you continue up the stairs. Yafa doesn't give any more signal to any more traps, and you actually do manage to make it to the top without dying.
Oh, boy. My
Near the top, there's the stairs come to a platform, which goes to a ladder, which goes up to the ceiling, like the closed-off ceiling, and to a hatch, presumably to the top of the internal work of the clock tower. Yafa goes, anything we need to do before we head in? Any preparations?
Mage armor. Now, are there any traps? Is there anything on, like, the ladder that we're gonna, like... Because if she already knows, most likely. Oh, investigation? Yeah, I'm fucking blind. God
You two
damn.
can't tell. Yafa starts to climb up the ladder, and he pushes open the hatch and pokes his head out.
Yeah?
And immediately pulls his head back as what sounds like a bear trap goes off right above his head.
Oh.
He hops back up, light on his feet, and looks around really quickly, and you hear him shuck a dagger at someone or something.
Yafa almost died.
Oh my god.
I can't wait to tell him that.
You hear someone shout out, a female voice shout out in like pain as the dagger sinks into her shoulder. Well, you don't know her shoulder. Sinks into her.
Yeah.
You just hear like an damn it. Tox, if you can leap up now if you'd like,
Yes.
or if you want to stay down.
Yeah.
So you hop up, you climb up, and you hop up, and now you can see a single woman standing there, and now you're within the clock tower, you're basically standing within all of the inner mechanisms of the clock. And it's pretty dark, but there is a couple of lights here, some torches, and you can see a bedroll beneath the mechanisms of the clock, and you see the woman who conned Silded out. She's standing there like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
What the fuck is wrong with you? Okay. I know Thief Town. Yeah. Okay. You did it. Okay, you got away with it. But me and him, me and Mr. Magic guy, me and Magic Shop guy, I'm doing a job for him. Now, not specifically this, but
You're doing a job for that old Duragar?
yeah. But that thing you sold us worth 15 gold, not 200. The fuck?
Yeah, and I gotta make a profit somehow.
Yeah, you do. But now you conned the wrong people.
Look. How about this? I give you some gold back and you go away.
How much gold? Because if it's the wrong number. Because if it's the wrong number, David, doesn't matter.
She goes, I'll give you 100 gold back. And you can leave here unscathed.
Unscathed. What?
Hold on. She's gonna make an intimidation roll. Fuck. That wasn't Yafa's intimidation, that was her intimidation.
We are not very intimidating, us gnomes.
No, that wasn't Yafa's, yeah, that was her intimidation.
Us gnomes are not very intimidating.
Yeah. Yafa goes, look, I've got several more daggers where that came from.
And at this point, there is a sort of like fire coming off of my hands. No.
Okay. And Yafa goes, you give us all of your gold, and we'll leave you alone. How does that sound? And let's see if Yafa's actual intimidation.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
Pretty good.
And she's like, I've got to make a living somehow.
Yes, but if you're dead, you cannot.
Ugh. Fine. Don't throw a dagger at me. And she turns to gets down on. She squats down and starts rummaging through a bag by her bedroll. And she pulls out 3 large pouches of what you assume are gold and various other coinage, and she holds them out to you carefully. Don't stab me or burn me.
Yeah, okay, so is it actually all of it? Is that good?
She's probably hiding another bag. You'd guess. You'd hazard a guess.
How much is in these 3?
Well, okay, so Yafa carefully takes the bags, and he opens them, and is like, talks to how much is in these, because he's got a dagger ready to hit her. You look through it. The first pouch is gold, the second pouch is silver, the third pouch is copper. First pouch has got about 300 gold, second pouch has got about 400 silver, and the third pouch has got about 120 copper.
Got some more. That's a really nice number, right? That's a really nice rounded number of gold. You probably got some more. But as you said, you need to make a living, and we're not here to kill you because you actually gave us the stuff. Not here to kill you yet. So we're just gonna go now.
She sighs deeply. He's like, Ah, thank the gods.
But we never forget. And we leave. Okay. So what were those numbers? It was 300 gold.
300 gold, 400 silver, and 120 copper. Out of character, do you want to know what else she had, or are you good not knowing?
What else did you have? What did I miss out on?
She had a bag of platinum
Yeah, it's fine.
of a unrevealed amount of platinum.
Yeah. Well, as long as it wasn't 40 platinum, I'm fine. If it was 100 platinum, that's 1,000 gold.
I know.
Yeah. Okay.
I know how much platinum is.
Yeah, okay. Oh, he's gonna be okay, no, we never heard that. It's out of the recording. I'm censoring it. he can't come after me. Demetrius can't come after me. Censor it. It's gonna be a 2-minute long beep.
All right. So where are you headed now?
Back to the brothel inn, whatever that place is.
You head back to the brothel inn, and the woman is still there. Well, not that you knew, she's been there since for your friends originally. She goes, "Oh, are you planning on staying with us tonight?"
Yeah, our people are here.
Oh, the group that came through earlier, with the paladin and.
Yes.
All right. Will you be sharing a room or
Yeah,
two
yeah.
separate rooms? All right. That's 2 silver for 1 room.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. My newly acquired silver.
You hand over 2 silver, and she nods and leads you up to your rooms and gives you a key. But like Toxic, you're surprised that this doesn't seem like it's being used for sexual purposes. It's
That's probably a ask thing.
what do you mean?
That's probably like a ask at the.
Oh yeah.
Ask her thing. Hopefully.
Well, for the your apparently sharp senses cannot detect any odd sounds or, shall we say, smells.
I will not be touching these bowls tonight.
And as you come to your room, it's fairly it's nice. It's not super lavish, but it's got quite a soft bed and a number of pillows and cushions to relax in the corner, which Yafa does. And the rest of you sleep through the night. Whew. Can all of you make Constitution saving throws?
All of us.
Yes.
Huh. Like to stab everyone again. Do I get to stab everyone again? No.
I blame Martin.
Damn, like honestly, it's just a couple, like most of you are doing pretty well. Let's see how Galeen does. Not bad.
Oh heck, am I supposed to do a thing?
Yeah, Constitution saving throw.
Sure thing. I was perusing Reddit.
Hey.
Okay, so
Hey.
let's see. Virilia and Toxic, can you guys make perception checks?
Sure thing, buddy.
Dang.
Oh.
So, the two of you feel a sudden pressure over your mouths, and you kind of kick out of it. Well, all of you do. except for Silded. Everyone except for Silded feels a pressure over their mouths and kind of kick out of it and lash out at their attacker. And each of you individually see a person standing above you, really quickly retreating out of the room.
Wait, I got a 6. Did I notice anything?
Shit, I didn't have you make a constitution. That was your constitution save?
Yeah.
Okay, everyone except for Silded and Day does this.
Okay.
You all kick out of it and you see your attacker leave really quickly. Verilia and Toxif, you hear a commotion from down the hall as you hear all the rest of them, but you also hear 2 thumps as Toxif, you're more familiar with this noise. It sounds like 2 bodies being pulled out of the rooms.
Oh god. Well, I'm gonna pull Yaffa forward if he's not already awake.
Yeah, Yaffa like stabs his attacker. The attacker disappeared, but not disappeared, jumped out the window. But Yaffa's like ready. He jumps up. At this point, everyone's gotten into the hallway, kind of getting up, all in various states of undress.
I'm in the PJs.
But you do notice that it doesn't seem like Silded or Day are present in the hallway.
Now, are they in their rooms? Oh, I don't know what room they're in.
Verilia, you heard this as well. You heard thumping and you heard what sounded like dragging. And you do know what rooms the other 2 are in, and you notice that they're not in the hallway.
Are they in the same room?
Yes, they are.
They got heckin' kidnapped, man.
I can't believe I made a joke about being kidnapped and you're doing this to us.
So, what are y'all gonna do? You know that the one room, the one door that they were in is closed still.
We should probably check their room.
So y'all kind of run over to the room and burst in. Well, actually, no. It's locked, so hold on. Okay, Kriza, right? Kriza. That's good enough. Kriza bursts down the door and it cracks, and you manage to catch a glimpse of 2 people dragging. Okay, there's 3 people in the room aside from Dan Silded. One has got Day almost out the window. The other 2 are struggling to pull Silded out of the window. And Chris is
Am I unconscious?
Yeah, you and Silded are both unconscious. So Kriza leaps forward and just basically claws at the one trying to drag Day out.
Minidank said understood.
What?
What? I'm sorry?
Say again.
Yeah, say again.
I mean, I can just do this.
What? Yeah, give me a sec. I need to go for like a second.
Okay, have fun.
Oh, right in the drama.
I mean, I'm just gonna magic missile song.
Make sure my violence is safe.
Well, it never misses. The spell cannot miss. Always hits him.
That is pretty.
I'm just
Gucci.
saying, if you had to choose between me and the violin, you know which one I would make you choose.
Pick Day! Pick Day!
No, I got
Jesus
it.
fuck!
I got it. I got this.
I really need to charge my laptop. Oh my god.
At this point, we need more people that can heal than people that can fight.
I can make some stuff.
I'm just saying.
I mean, yeah, probably not gonna be good, better than that. But so Kriza is hitting the one that is pulling you, Silded, right?
No, he was hitting the person getting day out the window.
Okay, so 2 is going to that guy, 1's going to one of the 2 on you, because they can't pull you away, apparently.
I honestly do find that funny. They need 2 people to get.
I just want to know why. Like they're like, these are easy targets. A tiefling, yeah. I mean, I
Is
guess
this
you get
what-
rid through a window,
Is
and
thi-
then a giant half orc.
Is this what
I
the
mean,
little lady
I mean,
with the bracer was talking about? Because if it's her, she's dead by morning.
Yeah, there's a good chance that they probably saw how willing someone was to just give 200 gold.
Yeah. It's probably one of the guilds being dicks.
Well, did you mess with them? Why would they want to kidnap
The
somebody?
only one that I messed with was the sewer guild, and that was knocking a child out who tried to rob me twice.
So now they're knocking us out. Now they're going for the children of our group. Just kidding.
Well, no, they went for one. I don't know who the children are.
They went for they went for.
I mean, they went for everyone. But
Where did y'all's attackers go? I'm a little confused on that.
well, the one that was in my alpha's room jumped out the window.
Me, mood.
The others probably just ran out the door and left. No.
So we're being targeted.
No rip. I'm gonna personally see to it that so that they are rescued and safe.
I still got 2 spells after this, so.
I'm gonna kick Martin's butt.
Boy, am I tired.
I got this stuff to sell. I've got these things. I have a random necklace that I've had since I was cursed with my sword in the very beginning. And then I have this bracer that was supposed to be used when we were fighting the Nameless Mist, but I forgot about it.
Your cards. The cards from that fortune teller. What happened with those?
She said that they used them, and they told her that she was going to see her family soon.
Oh, okay. Because we never did
I
that
thought
session. Or
Yeah, I thought the same thing. Yeah.
I probably wasn't there.
No. I asked her outside of the session.
Doba Bear. I found a picture of Doba Bear.
Josh, do you listen to like McElroy stuff?
To what?
To McElroy? Like the McElroy brothers?
No.
Oh. So that Jimmy Buffett thing, you just had no idea what happened earlier.
Nope.
Me
Right,
either.
where were we?
I was about to do this. I was about to throw some magic missiles at people. What is it? 2d4. Yeah, 2d4 plus 2 at the one that is carrying Day away.
Well, Chris is attacking that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's dying. Hopefully.
All 3 at him, or?
No, just 2. Just 2. And I'm sending
Okay.
one of the ones that is trying to carry something away.
Okay, so the guy on the right tumbles out of the window, letting Day go. Day fortunately flops back into the room. The one there's two men trying to get Silded out of here. You hit one of them, and he stumbles back, letting go of Silded, and he grumbles to the other guy in an unknown tongue. And the two let Silded go and jump out the window and retreat into the darkness. And it's suddenly very, very quiet.
What was all that about?
Silded and Day, you guys are still like very unconscious.
This is dumb.
This is dumb.
Why did those guys go after us?
Yafa like pokes with his dagger both of you, and you eventually wake up.
It's my job.
Do we have any symptoms afterwards?
You feel very groggy and slow, and your limbs are kind of heavy, and your vision's rather blurry.
And I'm on the floor, so I know something happened.
Yeah, and like this room is, everyone is in your room right now.
Hey guys, peace sign in front of my face. What's going on?
Some people pretty much tried to kidnap all of us, to my knowledge.
Oh man, I got too famous.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, Dave.
Look, it's starting.
Um,
All right. Well, did you like capture one of them? Do we know who or why? Were they wearing something in particular?
they just kind of ran off.
Well,
To your knowledge, those of you who are in the room and conscious, they were just wearing like black, tight-fitting clothing.
are we
They
just
were-
gonna go back to? Is it like midnight? Are we just going back to sleep now?
Yafa pulls out his handy-dandy pocket watch and goes, "It's about 4 in the morning.
It's handy dandy notebook.
We're probably like 2, 3, 4 hours more."
Okay. Well,
Yeah, like 4 hours more because Galaran and I were both still asleep, I presume.
I'm
Galaran.
definitely blaming Yafa and Toxif because, or Galaron. He's been up to some shady stuff too. I had a nice day shopping, and y'all
I
are
shopped.
wild.
I shopped.
Or Galaron's been into
Kind of.
some shady stuff, if you catch my meaning.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he was in brothels all day.
I don't think he was.
That is funny.
I was in brothels. Now, I suggest that we sleep in pairs for the next 4
Well,
hours.
Well, we
Well,
saw how that worked out.
It clearly
Actually-
won't work.
Tilda, can you hold my hand?
Yeah.
Yafa and I will patrol the halls and check in on you guys over the next 4 hours. We've had our 4 hours of rest. We should be fine.
Is the window
Whatever, I'm out. Day's sleeping already. Get out of her room, you guys.
Is the window in my room broken? Or did they open it?
All the windows in your rooms were open.
Why? Oh, that's how they got it.
No,
I'm
I
keeping mine open. It's hot outside.
No, I mean like they opened them.
Oh.
Piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna get shut-eye with Silded because I trust Silded.
Like, I'm gonna close this window
problem.
and lock it.
Okay. So the next 4 hours pass, fortunately, uneventfully. And you wake up the next morning, and the innkeeper comes by, and she goes, "How did you all sleep?"
You didn't.
You almost got
hear any of
kidnapped.
that.
I slept so well. I slept like, oh, right.
Well, that's wonderful.
You didn't. sleeper, as in they sleep at this place too, right?
Yeah,
They didn't get waken up by any of that?
they were pretty quiet, all things considered.
I shot magic missiles at them.
Well, that's like a thump. That's not necessarily like a bang.
God damn it, I should have used a bigger spell.
Like
That's like
8 people jumped out of windows. It wasn't like oh, that was a cat. It was 8.
Krizza
They-
busted a door down.
They were sneaky people. Okay, Chris is all right. She goes, "I'm a deep sleeper. What did I miss?"
Lucky duck.
People were trying to abduct us in our sleep.
Oh,
In retrospect, we probably should have woken you up.
oh dear.
I should have killed them.
Well, I can't say that's entirely uncommon in this town, but usually my business is quite safe from that sort of thing. If you decide to stay here again, we have more secure rooms.
Yeah, did you piss somebody off?
This
No.
happens?
It happens on occasion.
Do people know who do it?
No, it varies depending on the person. Sometimes it's the Thieves Guild, sometimes it's an assassin, sometimes it's an independent operator.
Okay, could be all three of them.
In living in Shenfast as an innkeeper, we certainly have more secure rooms underground.
I'm willing to cough up extra gold for more security.
How's your light over there, Martin? How's your light doing?
Martin
I don't
taps
know if
his
I should charge.
Martin taps his sword on the ground and
Yeah. Does it guide him to a new inn?
he his sword becomes engulfed in flame, which you're very surprised at since you have witnessed him shy away from flame before, but he just stares you down.
I donated to the church. Give me a break. Come on. Come on. I give him 10 more gold. I donated to the church again. Look at that.
You give him 10 gold.
Yeah.
Okay. The sword is no longer on fire. And he
That-
goes,
That's some freaky crap right there.
we will find these ne'er-do-wells and eliminate them from the face of this planet. We will send them to hell.
Really, Heike had a panic attack because she thought that like bounty hunters had finally come to get her. And she's like, oh shit. And she's tired. My baby needs 12 hours, not 8.
And you guys as a group just kind of like look at each other and you're like, well, what now? What do we do now?
Well, I gotta do more shopping.
I mean, I've got a question to ask the Goliath friend.
And you need to get in contact with your people and tell them to leave me alone because I didn't do anything. You're
I want to see if they did have the decorum.
If I knew who they were, if we knew who they were, why would they attack us?
I don't know. Y'all aren't like the nicest people that instantly make friends.
Yeah, but you got me there. Yeah, you have a point. Yeah.
Also, we all like. I told a guy I would make him eat sand. What if he wanted me to eat sand?
He doesn't just want you to eat sand, he wants you to go swimming with the fishes. You know,
Okay.
mobster style.
So, do you guys leave the brothel inn?
Yeah.
So as you walk out, a person in a dark robe approaches you.
Of course they do. What do they want?
I immediately square up. I put my fist up in the air. I don't put my sword out or anything. I just put my fist up in the air.
Ignore her.
They approach, and they're very tall. They're like 7 feet tall.
Damn it.
Square up.
I
I'm
look
kind of
up.
hide behind Silda. I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm too tired for this.
They hold out a roll of parchment,
I take it.
and then they turn around and leave.
Hey, wait. Were you trying to haze us?
Do they have it? Are they just in dark robes, as I said?
They're just in dark hooded robes that obscure their face.
Is there anything on? Is there anything on
What's
the
the
robes?
parchment say?
No?
No, just
I
just
open the
black
parchment.
robes.
Yes.
I open the parchment.
What is it?
So the figure disappears, and on the parchment, there's a short statement written in black ink, in common, and it says, "You've only been here for less than a day, and you're already poking your nose around in things you shouldn't be."
Ah, yeah, probably.
We are? I was just buying some stuff and.
I advise you conduct your business on the surface level of Shenfast from here on,
I
lest you
gosh darn told you.
stir up further trouble. This is your last warning. Last
No,
night-
now I'm mad. Now I'm gonna
No,
cause trouble.
This is your last warning. Last night was only a taste of what will come.
They're gonna taste these fists.
And after you've all taken a good look at it, maybe 2 or 3 minutes of like looking at it, discussing it, it bursts into flames and and just turns into ashes in your hands.
They're gonna eat these.
Don't eat the ashes.
So I wonder what she's a part of.
They're just having a good time all here.
Well, Galaron wasn't actually in a brothel and he was doing something.
Man, I was just shopping, having a grand old time, and then now Aurelia's gonna be looking over her shoulder, wondering if like people from back home are gonna be hunting her down.
I'm definitely ready to throw down.
As you're all discussing how you're going to throw down, someone else approaches you.
Uh-oh.
Tox, if you recognize this person.
As
This is someone from your past. Your very early past. This
yeah,
is.
you're gonna have to.
I'm gonna have to look up a name, but I believe
Oh, is it one of them?
it's one of your old teachers from your wizarding school in your gnome hometown.
Oh boy. There actually are no names, but go for it.
I'm gonna have to make a name now.
Because I didn't name anyone. Because I assumed after 200 years they'd be dead.
This was one of the younger teachers, but though he's definitely getting on in his years now. Shorter than you. He's like 2'5".
Yeah, he's that one.
He's leaned over. He's hunched over with like a very gnarled cane. And he approaches you, and you can't remember his fucking name. No matter what you. Well, actually, do a history check.
I remember book stuff. I don't. Faces be kind of.
Do a history check at disadvantage. It's been a very long time. You get the feeling his name starts with an R-A, but you can't remember the rest of it. And he approaches you, and he looks at you, and he goes, I haven't seen your face in a very long time.
Yeah.
And he reaches up and starts like pushing your face this way and that, like turning it this way and that. And he goes, "You're that young Willy Bar fellow, aren't you?"
Yep, that's me.
He like drops his hand and he goes, "You're very far from home."
Yep, got into a little incident. Had to leave.
You were a terrible student.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Doing pretty good now.
Really? Tell me, because I knew the wizard who you apprenticed under, and he described you with some colorful language. Tell me, what have you been up to for? When did you leave your apprenticeship? Were you 90, 100?
Yeah.
What have you been up to for the past century and a few decades?
Well, I met up with this guy. Point to Yaffa.
Yaffa gives him like finger guns,
Yeah, as Yaffa does.
as Yaffa definitely totally does in character all the time.
Yeah, he does. We got into a little, setup for a job. Then we
What kind of job? What have you been using your talents? You were a horrible student, but a magical prodigy. What were you using your talents for, my dear Willy Bar?
I stole things.
Ah,
Not very good at it anymore, but yeah, it was a jam. I had to take this.
he rolls his eyes and he goes, he's got like one lazy eye and one good eye, and they're like actually, while your eyes are bright green but don't actually glow, his eyes are bright blue and actually are glowing.
Yeah, I'll change it eventually, but come on.
And he like rolls his one good eye, his other eye just kind of,
Sensei.
and he goes, "You know, I thought I felt something enter the town a little while ago. It was you, wasn't it? You've come a long way."
Have I? I mean, I lost my spell book a little bit ago, but slowly been rebuilding.
He starts poking you in the stomach,
Yeah.
and he's like, "If you've got the time, visit me on the other side of town. I'd like to see what you can do now.
Oh boy.
You'll know where to find me. You know my name." And he stomps away. He like walks away with his cane tapping on the ground.
Wait.
Yes?
I might have hit my head a few too many times. It begins with an R and an A. But
Always too focused on the spells and the gems and the enchantments, never focused on the world around you.
well, the gems especially. But yeah. Walls have started to pique my interest too.
Raznan Arliar.
Yeah. That sounds familiar. Rings a bell.
He rolls his eye and like turns back to continue walking off in the general direction that he pointed to when he said to go find him.
Oh my god, can I get that written in the chat or something?
He sounds like a good person to talk arcane theory with.
A lot longer pronounced than written out.
Arliar. That's like our liar. Right?
Yeah, sure. That's a name. Just created. Okay.
That's a name. Sure is. I was hoping you'd have a name, but
yeah. No. I mean,
forgot
I
forgot
can
to
name
check on
them.
that earlier.
I can name them if you would like.
No, it's fine.
It's just mostly dead.
He's probably the only one that's still alive that you would have known. And as he walks away, You desperately, desperately hope a third person doesn't show up.
Do they go? Take it away. Take it away.
Thankfully, no third person shows up. But it seems things are getting a little bit stranger as old connections and new enemies start to appear within Shenfast.
And we still need to find Green.
Grian, yes, your old merchant friend, who was not spotted at all yesterday. And for now, we'll end it here. Because we're